3, 2, 1. Woo! Welcome everyone back to the Save Point podcast. It is episode 72. Freaking 72, is it? God, yeah. And well,
What?
What?
Why are you starting on me already? We haven't even gotten through the intro. Fuck off with your voon.
Voon.
Ah,
All right, so it's episode 72, baby, and we're here with Brock,
yes, I am here. I'm back.
me, Ben, and we've got Jacob.
Woo.
Say hi, Jacob. Where's my cheers? Where's my
Hello.
cheers? Where's my cheers? Oh, fuck. We got Jacob. Woo!
Anything is possible.
Yeah, Jacob's here. He was technically our first guest, but he was only on camera for a second. He was sitting in the cuck chair while we had an episode, like 3 or 4 months ago now.
Yeah.
Something like that.
August,
And
I think.
now he's here. So you're our fourth guest to have on. So we had Beans, we had Zach. No, we had Beans, Beans, Gabe, Zach.
True, I forgot about Gabe.
Beans, Gabe, Beans, Zach, now Jacob. That's in order. We've got plenty to talk about this week. Brock is back. He decided to actually pull his finger out and was like, okay, I guess I will come on and do this commitment that I've committed to doing.
He's no longer dying either. So.
Yeah.
Well, he's no longer
Yes.
sick.
He's not
you-
dying. That is...
Your
I was about to say-
concern is touching.
I was about to say he's no longer dying that you can visually see, but that would be a lie to say. All right, so let's get into it, baby. We've got a few things to talk about this week. What do we want to start on?
Just start at the top.
I don't want to fucking talk about Lego Batman 2 system requirements.
Well, then don't. We will.
Spoilers.
The system requirements for Lego You are...
All right, so Lego Batman 2, this is on PC, obviously, has got some crazy system requirements, apparently.
Yeah, the Steam listing went up, and a lot of people were surprised at what particularly the RAM requirements were, because its recommended specs is 32 gigabytes of RAM.
So to have enough RAM for Lego Batman 2, you've got to drop like $800 now.
No, more.
Yeah, well, because RAM's are through the roof.
RAM's
Oh.
gone.
All the AI.
I believe, Lego Batman also requires like an i7 12900K, which is a bit excessive for a game coming out now. And I think the GPU is a 3060.
For it
It's
to
a
be the
minimum.
recommended specs, yes, that is excessive.
Not very optimized for fucking Lego. I've got IRL Lego that don't need that much.
Yeah. But that's like we were talking the other day, like when we looked at it, we're like, oh, why? My only thought was just like, have they not optimized it at all? Are they tracking individual bricks when they're still like packed together instead of having it as just one object or something?
No idea.
Yeah.
It does look very, very good, but
Yes.
I don't know what you're gonna need to
Oh,
run that in
no.
Ultra.
Oh,
It's gonna be a beefy boy.
They get
yeah.
a very warm room.
Yeah, very warm room.
Yeah, you won't need a space heater this winter. Winter coming up for us at least. Well, I mean, is there anything else you want to talk about that?
Yeah, it was just a quick, very small thing, just to get us started.
Okay.
I'm gonna like break
You-
that button in a moment, so you can't.
No,
use
you're
it.
not.
You
You
you overused it last week.
You're
you
not.
yourself said
you're
that.
not breaking any of my stuff. First of all, you don't have the money to pay for any of this. Second of all, I
wouldn't
do
be
all
paying
of
to
this.
replace it. I'm breaking it for a reason, so you stop using it.
It's like them being back in a divorced parent's household. They meet up to drop the kids
What's
off.
this? Oh, Tom, you buy all the stuff and you use it all and you do most, like 95% of the work. Let me break your stuff.
Limp Bizkit?
Yeah, Limp Bizkit style. Take him to the Matthews Bridge. All right. What's next?
The list is in front of you as well as me. You can read on the next
Yeah,
one.
I read the next one. So, okay, number 2 is Ubisoft. It's a company. Okay.
Okay, you want me to lead in, Brock? I can do that. So later this week, Ubisoft decided to pull funding for a lot of their...
Later last week? You said later this week.
Earlier this week.
It's the start of the week, it's whatever. Ubisoft decided to pull funding for, I think they closed a couple studios and then also pulled remaster of Prince of Persia Sands of Time.
Yeah, it was, to my knowledge, it was like, because their stocks are at the lowest they've ever been for like 15 years, that they're like fired 2 of the like divisions or companies of Ubisoft.
Yeah,
Pulled
this-
6 projects, one of them being Prince of Persia, and then that's it. They're like, yeah, we need to restructure.
Yeah, what I'd seen kind of echoes that. It was 2 internal development teams that got axed. I didn't see anything about the project. 6 projects got axed.
Yeah,
Jesus.
6. And then, which I don't think they named any of the other ones. It was just the big one was Prince of Persia.
It would have been Prince of Persia, and then Beyond Good and Evil 2 to 6.
Yeah. Oh, they would have thrown another Assassin's Creed in there at some point.
Uh,
I think that series
Another
should,
mobile port.
yeah,
what it'd be.
I dare say with Ubisoft closing all their divisions, hopefully they take a relook at Assassin's Creed and completely just rework it if they're going to continue it.
I would be completely happy if they just stopped making Assassin's Creed games.
Oh, 100%.
Really, like, I liked the concept and it was a cool idea, but I think that series, I mean, I know they innovated with the newer ones in the last like 5, even like 10 years, but like, it needed something else. It needed a modern take.
Yeah.
They needed to do that right after 3 where they teased all the modern Assassin stuff.
Yep.
And then do Japan straight after it.
Imagine if they did, it was like a flip between, like every second game would be like an old one and a new one. Sort of, like, I don't know, like say the newer one was, honestly, they should have put the work they did from Watch Dogs into like Assassin's
Well, that's what I was
Creed
about
modern.
to say. Why would they not have like sort of integrated those together and have it as like, hey, this is the modern version of the Assassins, is these guys who go around hacking things and then have to escape on foot.
They could have had some gunplay or something in there and like made it a lot more like obviously relevant to newer times, and then obviously flash back and it continues the story.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, it's even the same. I feel like there's a lot of cool, like modern kind of things they could have more done besides like, because like Syndicate and all that was like fairly cool, but I don't know why they didn't push for like maybe do like a World War One or something and you gotta run around the trenches.
That would have been a cool idea, honestly. Something where it's still limited enough with the modern technology that it's just not just weapon like guns the whole time.
Yeah.
Something they do like the Valkyrie sort of thing with like their plan for, I'm not going to say that German dictator's name, but something like that. And
Himmler.
Have some like sort of big plan to get to it or something like that. They could have done heaps of things.
Oh, well, I mean, like
Missed
Ubisoft hasn't been good.
Yeah.
Ubisoft hasn't been good for a long time.
I did, because the Ubisoft, they make The Division, don't they?
Yes.
Yeah, they've pushed out another big content drop for that as well. With
For
like,
the original Division, not Division 2. It's like for the original one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a hardcore headshots mean headshots sort of thing, and they're just, I don't know why they're still pushing stuff out for that first game.
There must be
I don't
like
think anyone plays the second.
there might be like a fan base for that first or second game somewhere. Like it might be really big in some country that we don't know about.
I mean, it's not a wise business decision, but I mean, Ubisoft haven't been making those since, I don't know, Assassin's Creed Black Flag.
Yeah. Well, it was the same. I was playing like the Crew Motorfest the other day, which was like their last installation into like racing. And same thing. If you go to the top leaderboards for like anything, it's just like the same 5 people over and over again.
Yep.
And it's like sick. Like they're still pushing out content for the game, but no one is playing it. Like awesome.
You get to that. When games get to end of life, they will have like a really dedicated fan base and that still actively play it all the time. And the problem is I've heard both ends of the argument where there'll be people who are really nice and accepting, like, oh yeah, we got the new people coming in. Fuck yeah. And then there'll be, let me finish, there will be ones where they are really hostile and they'll fuck anyone, like, no, I don't care. They will, like, if someone new's in, they will just harass them, abuse them, try and get them out. And like, you're not one of our crew, blah, blah, blah. It's like very elitism. It's like, sorry, I'm sorry I tried to play Quake 4 from 2006 on my 360 and you're not letting me play lobbies or whatever.
Yeah, I think it's like, my point was going to be it's particularly egregious when it's live service games because those live or die with having a large sort of fan base interacting constantly with it. If half of your fan base is actively pushing people out, that game's dying. You just don't see it from inside yet.
Speaking of live service games, I don't know what happened to that Kill the Justice League game.
Oh.
I remember they had like 4 DLC packs like planned with different villains.
The Suicide Squad thing.
Yeah, it didn't, because Remedy was making that, weren't they?
Yeah, because it came out and I remember I had the version I bought with for like
Not
40.
Remedy. Why did I say Remedy? Rocksteady.
Yeah.
Rocksteady. Because everyone thought it was going to be some form of like continuation on like tied into the Arkham stuff.
I think they pulled most of it early. They put out what they had and then they were just like, yeah, the rest of it, we didn't get the engagement we needed. We're done with it.
Yeah, I mean, once you finish the game, like the story was okay for what it was, but it didn't finish there. It's like, okay, now you need this thing and you got to go to this world and do all these levels. And then it's like, you come back, it resets, you do it again, and you just keep doing that each week and it resets.
Again, it's something where it's a missed opportunity. There's so much potential there if they just sort of applied themselves properly to it, but I think they just phoned it in.
Just need to bring back another series or a Batman Beyond game in the same Arkham.
I'm also happy if they stop making Batman games. Okay,
I'll take a break from it. Like, I'd love to see a new one.
bro, it's
like go back and redo.
been 18 years or something, and they've only made Batman games.
Yeah,
Like,
I mean,
come on, like,
Freshen it up.
it legitimately. Like, I'm not saying don't make
I mean,
it, but make something
I'm
else.
happy for them to like focus on someone else in the DC universe, just as long as it's not fucking Superman.
Oh, how about just not a game that's a fucking superhero game?
Yeah, but we talked about this last week with movies. Like, they're not, or maybe this week before, they're not making new IPs.
In gaming, they are 100%.
I was gonna say, remember when they
Don't
like
think they are. Sorry, keep going.
Remember when the Mad Max game dropped and it was like similar style of fighting and mechanics of what you'd experience in Arkham, but it was like so refreshing to be like, okay, instead of me as Batman, it's okay, I'm driving around,
Yeah.
got to do stuff with like these weird desert people, like hectic.
I think there's plenty of new games that come out, new IPs.
Not from big studios though. I think like again, it's a shareholder thing where it's like they want to see recognizable stuff that's
I don't disagree, but
return on
there
investment.
definitely still is though. Like the biggest games of last year were all new properties. What were the biggest games? First of all, Claire Obscure.
Yeah,
It's the only one I can think of at the moment.
They play Arc Raiders like a motherfucker. That's brand new.
Blueprints.
Blueprints.
It's a new
Mega
entry.
Bonk.
I wouldn't say it's like particularly new in terms of what it's doing.
We're saying a new game. We're not saying creating a new genre. You freak. That's what we're saying. Like, I mean, if you're saying, oh, well, it needs to be completely different, of course there's not going to be anything.
Well, no, but I mean, it's not like they're going to, 2 days from now, be like, oh, we're going to make another extraction shooter. By the way, you play as a goon on the streets of Gotham.
What the frick? Give me a second. Keep going.
Camera difficulties again. Sorry, viewers. Yeah, I mean, now that I've said that, actually, I would really like to see an extraction shooter where you play as the villains just on.
Well, that I knew that's exactly what you were going to talk about. There's a
Gotcha.
new game that's in early access. I think there's going to be some sort of game trial for it. I think it's called PON. I don't know what the PON stands for, but you're pretty much, it's a co-op game, and you've got to go, it's like heists or something like that.
Yeah, it's some crime syndicate hires you out. So it's like, hey, go rob this bank or something. It will be very like straightforward. But the catch is when you go to do the job, you're getting hunted down by one of the Justice League members.
Oh, okay, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, so I don't know if it's tied directly with DC or whatever, but it's a very Batman shadowy figure in the trailers. And it's like you go walking and then you just see the head behind you, and then it takes you through the wall. But it's happening while you're trying to complete the job.
That's a cooler idea.
Yeah.
Like, if you're going to do stuff that's in that universe, do that. Honestly, I tell you a game I fucking loved, and that was sort of like that. I liked Gotham City Imposters.
Oh, fuck yes.
I fucking loved that game. Free, I mean, I got it for free, but like free little FPS. It was really fun. Like, I thought it was a cool take on everything. It was really fun game, but I mean, I think there's still plenty of new IPs, new ideas out there.
Oh, they're definitely out there. They just don't
because
get the
you're
focus. They don't.
Zelda, Pokemon cuck doesn't mean that
Fuck
everything
off
is.
Well, speaking of revitalizing old IPs, Fable has had their gameplay trailer drop.
Yes, and the world's losing their mind over it.
Yeah.
What was the one we were talking about the other night where they were acting like it's bringing all this new stuff into gaming, and like 18 of the 20 points they had was stuff that's been in all 3 previous Fable games.
Yeah, they did.
The mainline games, I should say.
They did one I saw where it was like, oh, things you do in the world will like, depending on what choices you make in a mission might change it. So they're like, for example, here's like David Iotti, who's goated. I love him. He's hilarious. He's like, oh, he's a gardener dude, and he finds a potion that can accelerate growth, and he turns into a giant. And it's like, oh, if you choose to kill him, there'll be like a giant's body there for the rest of the game. And I was like, oh, that's so cool. And then I thought about it for 2 seconds. I'm like, couldn't you in Fallout 3 like blow up Megaton? Like,
Yeah, you could do. There's tons of stuff like that. That's
But no, like they
permanently
were
affect the
they were
world.
putting things like you can talk to every NPC, and I know what they meant was that you can have like in-depth conversation with every NPC. It's not just the pre-recorded line of like one dialogue that just repeats over and over. But the way they worded it was just like, that's been
Patrolling
a
the
thing.
Mojave would almost make you want a nuclear winner. I like how they put that in the show, by the way.
That was very good.
Okay, next.
But like, oh, you can be a landlord and you can evict people. It's like, you could already do that.
Do you think they're just doing
IRL.
Do you reckon that would be big IRL. Do you reckon they're just trying to reiterate all those things to bring back well, not even bring back, get new fans for Fable. Because I remember Fable was out when I had original Xbox, which is very
Fable
early.
1 was original Xbox. And
Yeah.
then Fable 2 and 3 were 360.
And then it was just, I heard nothing of it forever.
They had Fable Legends, and they had
The journey, yeah.
nothing proper till now. Fable, I played Fable 2 and 3. They were fun. They weren't anything crazy though.
No.
People really hype up these games. I don't think they were anything groundbreaking. I think 1 and 2 probably were really cool at the time.
One was a bit of it was one of the first games where the hype completely overshadowed.
Peter
what it-
Molyneux.
Yes,
what you'd
that didn't
expect.
help. But it was the entire reason I bought an original Xbox was when Fable 1 came out and I saw the stuff for it. I was like, this looks cool. I want to play this game. Bought an Xbox, loved it, but yeah.
It was definitely a thing where I don't think there was an equivalent of that on PlayStation.
No. And that was the other thing. All the PlayStation trailers have scrubbed all the mention of any other console from it. It only mentions the PlayStation.
Well, that's why I also think they're nostalgia baiting, because when you watch it, they're like, oh, buy the 1,000 houses, make that marriage, break it. And I'm like, if I've talked to anyone who's played OG Fable, they will always not talk about the story or the gameplay. It'll always be like, oh, remember that one time where I married my wife and then cheated on her and then used property to fuck around and make $1 million of money?
It's always those weird mechanics and your dog and a couple things like that. Yeah.
I really if you kick everyone out, they just remain homeless and they just wander the streets. I think that's quite a cool concept.
Yeah.
Also, have to see how it goes. I feel like this game could easily just be a piece of shit, but it could.
It
Also
could be.
it's
I
really
will
good.
say this is definitely the sort of game that makes me consider getting a console to play it on, not just I'll just play it on my PC because I know how to run it. This is a sit down on the couch sort of game is what I would want to play it.
I'd have to actually, I think, fully watch the gameplay trailer and make that decision. But also, if I can get Game Pass for a month and it's on there day one, I'll play it for a month.
will
If
be.
I don't like it, I will just unsubscribe.
Yeah, it will be on Game Pass day one, but I think that's also a bad idea if they do that because it's just. I'm not hyped for anything that comes to the Game Pass now.
Well, it's the same thing with Starfield, though. Starfield didn't perform. There was no money. We didn't make any money. It's because you released it day
What
one
about
on your...
fucking Doom?
Yeah,
Doom was a
Doom
fart
also.
in the wind last year. Doom the Dark Ages.
Yeah.
I played it. I downloaded it on Game Pass on PC, and I had fun for an hour. And I was like, I really like 2016 and Eternal was really good, but this was not grabbing me at all.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with it, but I feel like it's because I didn't buy it and it was just so easy. It's just when you put something on Netflix and you're like, oh no, I'll just watch something else.
Well, that was something I read with the Oblivion remaster. 1.1 million copies sold or something, but only, I think, I could be misremembering the numbers here, only 25% of players played for more than 20 hours or something.
Yeah, I think that's probably about how many hours I put into it. And then something new came along and I put it down.
Yeah, and everyone's going oh, it just means that people aren't looking at remasters. No, people are looking at remasters because at 1.1 million copies sold, that's not, nothing to sniff at, but it just means that they had their fill of nostalgia and were just yeah, okay, I'm done now. I'll go play something newer.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I didn't pay for Dying Light the Beast and I have made it maybe 6 or 8 hours into that game.
Good job, thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Because I just I'll come back to it at some point like I do with the other 2 games, but also I didn't pay for it, so there's no pressure of I kind of want to play this now. But then again, I also still haven't finished Ghost, so
Yeah. I there's a few games that I need to really jump into, but nothing's really catching my attention at the moment. I've been playing Fallout 4 again, just because.
Yeah.
And, I mean, I just want something that it's easy to turn mind off and just do a little bit in, but still, that game, it still lacks in so many ways. It's nowhere near as exciting as New Vegas.
Nah.
That's all I'm going to say because we've talked about this a billion times.
Yeah.
I did start playing
Lovely.
Apex Legends again though. So I was
Apex Legends. I really liked Apex Legends when it first came out. I used to grind that like a motherfucker.
Yeah, so did I. We played a lot of season 1 and then came back I think it was season 5, and then it was just constant until after COVID.
Yeah.
Where I spent an ungodly amount of money on that.
I might
Blue
download that
box
again.
system.
I really liked that.
Yeah, there's a lot of changes.
Yeah, I don't doubt it.
I always played on PlayStation, and then
Same.
trying to learn all the configurations on PC. There are so many buttons. There's so many heals. There's so many interacts, and I'm I spent the last I played 2 hours I think maybe now. At least an hour of that is just trying to get the keybinds right because there's too many buttons.
That's one thing I do think that people never talk about with PC is oh, PC is so much better for XYZ thing. there's so much stuffing around when you download a PC game to actually get it to like a playable, nice level. It's like, first of all, I've got to make sure that my graphic settings are all good. That's where it's going to do everything I want fine, not have a hissy fit, but still look nice.
I can find it at a point where it looks like it's running smooth, but isn't hurting my eyes to look at, because it looks like
And then it's
trash.
like, okay, well, let me try change keybinds if sometimes it just won't work. That's the upside of a console. You just put it in, it just goes.
Yeah.
It just works.
Like, I think ultimate ability was mapped to X, and I was like, okay, I'm holding my hands on the keyboard. If I need to use this quickly, X is not something I can just bend my pinky to get. And I was like, okay, I'll move it to one of the top buttons. Oh, your heal item is on 4. But if you want to heal shield, you got to press 8. And it's like every single number is taken up because it's a different item.
The first week, like you saying that, it's not in a convenient spot. I just flashed back to 2012, 2011, when everyone was complaining about, Skyrim's done this really dumb thing. It's changed where shift isn't run. It's alt to run. It's just like, yeah, it is a stupid spot to put that, but I'm sure shift was being used for something else. I can't remember what it was, but that was the first thing I changed, honestly, was that this is my dedicated run button. It's been that button in every game I've played for the last 10 years. Why would you change it?
Or then you have like people in who are like, oh yeah, if you were to play like the real military game, you got to play like Armor, and then you need like a numpad and everything else to actually just play the fucking game.
Because how much there is in there. Yeah.
You need 3 different peripherals depending on what vehicle you jump into at any one time.
I will say Armor is one of those games where I think that's sort of the point of it though. So
It's
people
meant
are,
to be difficult.
people are really into, I've got a rig that I can only fly helicopters, but it's really cool. Like, have you seen that guy on TikTok who has got a...
the hot drop guy.
Yeah, where he's literally just got a setup for in Armor 3 or whatever the current Armor is, where he's got like a full rig. It's like a flight sim, and he can just use a helicopter in Armor, and he's really good at it. But he how it's set up, he obviously couldn't run around and be a soldier.
No.
Yeah.
But that's the type of game that is. It's like, that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to be this role. I'm going to be my pilot and just stick
There
with
are
that.
also like games like that, particularly Armor, is where I think probably one of the only places you see still big dedicated gaming clans as well.
Yeah.
And all they do is play that, and they're within this gaming community, you have people that their specialty is I just fly stuff in the game. I don't run around. Anytime we do a mission pack, I'm just there for support and flying people to and from and blah, blah, blah.
I remember playing, they dropped, what was it, Firestorm or whatever it is. It was like a Vietnam mod for it. I was like, oh yeah, I'll play with friends. And I'm fucking around. I think I had a white Viet sailor hat on, because I'm like, oh, look at me, I got a 1950s sailor hat.
You would have
and
got
so many people were like, it's impossible to know if you're an enemy or not. And I'm like, not even enemies are running around with a giant white fucking hat. Are you serious?
Yeah, it's getting way too much into it, a lot into the role play, which I get. If it was like a RP only server and you're fucking around doing that, but if it's just a normal one, it's like,
I think there's a lot of that with the Milsim games. There's a new one. I don't know what it's called. I think my mate Brandon tried to get me to play it, and it's so realistic. You go in there and you're like, I don't know what I'm doing, and then they're screaming and call out at each other, and they're like, I'm getting shot over there, and they're giving combat directions, and I'm like, this is meant to be a level 1 sort of thing, so I can work out what's going on. And they're just like, I don't know what you're talking about. I'm in this. I'm actually in combat right now, not my character.
I'm not a massive Milsim fan. The only one that I have liked is that there's a few Milsim Lite. This is a military simulator. Milsim Lite games in VR, where it's all practical and physical. It's like, okay, I've got to do this. I've got to do this, way more intense. That's always fun.
Yeah.
But when it's Armor and I got to do 85, I could basically write an essay to be able to reload my weapon and make sure I do XYZ thing. I'm not into it. I can really see the appeal of it though. I'm not saying it's silly.
What was it? Insurgency, I think, was the...
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
What looked fun. It played well.
Insurgency isn't that much of a Milsim game.
Yeah,
no,
I was going to say...
It's a little bit harder normal FPS.
Yeah,
Yeah.
The people that were on that server that we were playing were very... This is roleplay.
You saying about the call outs and all the military jargon and that. I was talking to Jacob on the way over to the studio about, we were talking about DayZ, and I used to play DayZ Origins with a bunch of guys who were all retiree military. And so
you are old.
Shut up. Anytime I jump on, that was the same sort of thing. I've never done anything army wise, never enlisted, never served, blah, blah, whatever. Shut up.
So easy to I'm just not gonna. I got so
But
many
all
jokes.
of their stuff, I'm trying to play with them. It's the same sort of thing. It was they're using all these call outs and stuff, and I'm just I don't know what that means. Just oh, you need to run over to the red truck, blah, blah. Just say run to the red truck. Like, that's all you need to say.
Bro, I'm just a guy with a rocket launcher.
Literally, bro. I'm literally the scout.
Charlie was everywhere.
Ote, what are we talking about next, bro? PlayStation Portal Pro? Where the fuck have they found rumors for that, bro?
Found it on a couple of
Reddit threads.
it wasn't even a Reddit thread. I can't remember what site it was.
Sonic
but
Reddit.
There was a few other places where it popped up where someone has like leaked supposedly design documents showing off what the PlayStation Pro is going to do. The
PlayStation Portal Pro?
Yes.
What the fuck's it going to do different from the normal one?
It has an OLED display.
Well, from what I could tell, like looking through all these different
Obviously
people
go to
reporting on
upgrade
it,
now.
the only difference between it and the original one is supposedly, the new one's going to run stuff at 120 frames. It's like that,
But
no.
isn't it just it's pretty much just a streaming,
Streaming
device?
device.
Yeah.
I don't know how you get a Pro, like, that makes no sense. It's just
It
like,
doesn't make any sense
unless
at
you're
all.
going
I
to give you
agree.
like the DualSense Edge triggers on the back, so that way you've got more buttons to map. But I mean, that still doesn't make any sense.
If it had built-on storage or built-in storage, sorry, so that you could like, hey, I've got all these original games through PlayStation Plus, I can install Spyro or Crash or something to it and play that on the go.
Wow.
That would give it, a bit more meaning. But from everything I could see, it was just, no, it has a slightly denser pixel display. It has, higher variable refresh rate. And it's like, okay, why?
They've done a Switch too.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Switch 2 was definitely more of an upgrade than what a PlayStation Portal Pro would be.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
It's just fun to make the Nintendo people angry.
Oh, that's easy, bro. Oh, the fucking comments. If we say anything positive about Nintendo, we get called the biggest Nintendo cucks. And then if we say anything bad,
All we do is yell at Nintendo. It's like, yeah.
I literally have people are making like voodoo dolls of me.
I was going to say they suck though. So like,
Yeah.
what do?
What do, lad?
Do you have anything you want to talk about, Jacob? You've been trying to come on this podcast for 71 episodes, so
Outside of like really like boring stuff, I don't know. I'm like I've been grinding the what do they call it? The jobless, and just been watching drama and stuff like the whole Kingsman.
yeah.
Brock, since you're really into the Kingsman drama, do you want
Don't.
to explain it?
No, because all I did was look at a quick thing 2 days ago, and I was just like, I don't care about any of these people, and I
You don't care
what
about
they're doing.
current gaming news and topics?
I don't care about
Standard.
streamers. I don't. I really don't.
Your party's going to suck this year then. It's a streamer joke. You don't get it?
Oh, I got it.
Yeah. Cool.
I'm not the only one at the table that didn't laugh.
Yeah, but I don't care. You're the one I want a reaction out of.
I don't know what's going on.
I'll keep wanting.
All right. So there was like a big drama at the moment was Kingsman. So there was there's a guy who streams on Twitch named Kingsman. Kingsman
236 or something
like that. Yeah, he's a Marvel Rivals streamer, and he's one of the best. He's like top 500 in the world or something for.
I think he's like got to the highest category, or you can go for like every role in the game.
Yes,
essentially.
but he's a Magic main, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, mostly plays Magic. And he was in a $40,000 comp for, it was like, I think they've added Deadpool to the game, and there was a comp to like celebrate that or something. And essentially it was a competition where you're playing in teams and you'll work your way up, and whoever wins, they get a bigger portion of this prize pool. The prize pool was $40,000. Realistically, if he won, he's probably going to make like $3,000 or $4,000.
Yeah, just
Still
shared
good
amongst
money.
him and the people he was
Yeah,
playing with.
so, but the big thing was he was in a team and they kind of sucked, and they deliberately didn't take the competition seriously, and they clowned on him for taking it seriously.
Yep.
He was very much like, hey, I really need this money. I'm in college. I need the money at the moment. It's going to help me survive. And they just clowned on him. He's like, please. He carried the team the whole time, and he was like, can some of you change off? Or it was mainly this main chick. I forget her name. ZZ.
It was
CC.
CC.
Yeah. Can you please swap off Widowmaker? You're getting, no kills, no assists, 5 deaths. I don't know how. How do you do that?
You like, even if you clip someone, you get an assist. I mean, she would have to miss every single shot with Black Widow. Like, it would have been a horrible gameplay.
Yeah.
Watch that whole comp.
So she was going terrible, and he's like, see, that's an example. We need you to swap off, play someone else, even if you're not very good. It's just going to help a lot more. And then they just started going off at this guy.
Just to play devil's advocate, just one moment, did he swap off Magic? at
No, but
any
he
point?
carried the team.
It was like 15
Okay.
and 3 or something stupid.
He was going ridiculous. I think they won the first match, or
Yeah.
they
Yeah.
got and it was solely because of him.
Yeah.
Magic is fucking
I'll-
broken if you can get those like the keybinds out. It's ridiculous.
I will say, just like I don't have much interest in this story, but like I know it's a big current thing. It's what everyone's talking about. I read 2 different sort of breakdowns of what happened.
Yep.
One was very favorable to everyone else. Like I guess they were trying to be sort of
Impartial.
impartial and being neutral to everyone. The way they worded everything, though, they definitely made it seem like they were more on the other, like the rest of the team's side, and
Yep.
like he should have been more open to changing his own sort of build and like doing all this other stuff. The other one just like had very quick breakdown points of like, this person said this person said that, this is what happened afterwards, and I was like,
So what Kingsman did, he ended up putting up a hour-long video explaining everything, but about 50 minutes of the video is like, hey, just so that there is no confusion, here is the VOD of everything that happened in order with, I think, barely any cuts.
No, and he even went out to the
Just to
like,
get the
next
full
degree.
context.
Yeah.
Saying if you went after anyone, like, I know
I
we'll
did
be
see
banned.
that
like,
he was like very open, or no, sorry, very vocal about do not go and harass these
Kingsman
people.
was just
Yeah.
like, he was trying to be as professional as possible with it, but he put up the whole clip, and they start ragging on him. He was being nice. The team captain, she didn't know who he was. He's a low end streamer. He wasn't
Yeah.
very popular at all.
For all of his skill, like yes, I think that someone was like, the numbers I saw was like he had less than 200 like main followers or something most of the time he streamed.
Yeah, he was a very small time.
So that came up, and in the end, he's got massive support because he's talked out about it, and they've gone and look at these clips. The big bit that comes with the drama is that this main chick who was causing the problem has just started to lie and double down and lie further.
I think
and
what was
further.
it? Not the main chick, but Zaza, who was like the head of the team. Like same thing. That
Yeah.
whole VOD. She went like in Discord messages, being like, "Can you take it down? It puts us in like a really bad light. Like, can you do that?" And it's like, well, you've done that to yourself. That's so good.
But then there's leaked messages of her saying, "Oh, Kingsman, he's got no social skills. He's a freak. He's a creep," and like in Discord and all this stuff. And then was it her or the other chick getting their partner to?
CC.
Yeah, CC got her partner to message the runner of the
Tournament
comp.
coordinator, yeah.
to get Kingsman kicked out, which he did. He got kicked out in the end, and
Shock, they still lost the comp.
they lost the comp.
They were like second last. I think it was
They
crazy.
went really bad, and so he's brought all this stuff out, and he's got immense support because he's been fucked around. He didn't seem like he was being malicious in any way. I think it was one of those things where he's like, "This is just not right. That I don't get to even say my piece." And what was being projected is that he was just being rude and mean to us. We kicked him off, where that was not the case at all. So he's brought out what's happened, made everyone else look like shit because they were being dickheads to him. And now he's going way better than he would have ever. He's got heaps of subs, heaps of followers. He's got way more people watching him live. He got donated thousands of dollars, way more than he would have got in the prize pool.
Yeah.
Because it was he said for his college. Realistically, who knows? He might have been fine. He was just like, hey, I'm a struggling college student. Would have helped a bit. But yeah, no, it's turned around, and it's one of those scenarios where people are getting basically abused online now, like the CC and ZZ or whatever the chicks' names are.
Yeah,
which
that
I do feel bad. Like they were being bad people.
Yeah.
But they're getting a lot of abuse. But also on the other end of it, someone who deserves success has finally gotten that limelight, and
Yeah.
now is benefiting for how he plays the game and just personality and everything like that, which is really nice to see.
The last thing
with
I
Kingsman.
saw of it, I think last night when I just like had a quick breakdown of stuff. Last bit I saw was like, what is it, Zaza, or is it? What's the actual?
Who cares? Yeah.
Yeah,
Woman.
Jesus. Every Marvel Rivals game that she currently joins, every single other player recognizes her username and just leaves now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
'Cause,
well,
like-
toxic.
Well, even like in the gameplay, he wasn't suggesting. I mean, he eventually got to the point where he's like, you need to switch. But even before, he's like, how about we try a whole new team comp and just trying to get everyone to change, just to be sort of like singling her out. But you can't join a competition where there's money on the line and go, we're not playing to win, we're playing for vibes. and then just getting your friend's boyfriend to kick you out of the comp, like kick the guy out of the comp. That's just not okay.
And it's
How were the teams selected?
Randomly, I think.
No, that she selected them.
so it was something like, even if, because a lot of people, to play devil's advocate, were like, with the team comps, I think they had like stupid high elo other people, like for other teams, like fully stacked, and on their team it was like Kingsman is really high elo and everyone else was probably like diamond, I think it was. So there was like, what if, because of how the teams are all like put together, like that he wouldn't have won the competition anyway. And it's like, maybe, but it's still kind of like,
That's not the point.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I think it's just one of those things where it's just drama for being drama that didn't need to happen.
No.
Someone who's actually trying and people just like, it can't be us, so we're going to bring you down. So, But I mean, it's all over. Kingsman is in a much better situation now. I think he's going to probably have a decent career.
And the other chick has lost the majority of her sponsors. So
Yeah.
had the
But,
turntables.
And it's one of those things where it's like, it sucks that happened to her, but
It
she's
could have been
asked for it.
prevented just by being a bit more.
It could have been prevented if she just wasn't being a mean and rude person.
yeah.
And then lying.
When you're a streamer and all that, like you're a personality, you're meant to, you know what I mean? Be likable. That's part of the job, so to speak.
And you will get ripped down if you start lying.
The internet does not forget.
Yeah.
No.
But the internet also doesn't distinguish between, that's a persona. That's just a person I play for views. My actual personality is very different. That's like, the internet's not going to care.
No.
The internet's going to just have everything you do under a microscope.
Yeah.
And as you said, rip you apart if there's any sort of difference or disingenuous to
I don't get why she goes on Twitter and lies about everything, because like the whole thing was recorded by multiple people and the footage is there calling you out, and you're like, her tweets now are like, oh no, this didn't happen, but, and then the automatic reply is like, this is a lie, she said this here, and the links to another video, and it's like everything she posts now is just getting like,
there was a
audited
big thing.
crap.
I think she put a TikTok or a tweet up saying, we didn't know that we were playing for $40,000. We didn't know this. And then you go onto her TikTok from a day before and she has a clip. She's like, yo guys, I'm competing in a competition where we can win $40,000. It's like, I think it just depends on the type of person when they just keep digging holes deeper and deeper, contradictions, because it's just
it's
how...
the same thing with like politicians blaming previous people in power signed this, they're their fault for this, data. And then you have everyone jumping on just like, you signed this yourself, like when you first took office, that had nothing to do with the previous person. It's the same thing. It's a big public figure just lying through their teeth.
True.
What's this AI monitor that I keep hearing a lot about?
I don't know. He's the one who's talking about some fucking AI monitor at CES.
Yeah.
I've seen the robot looks like it's
The robot.
cooming.
the,
That was on like 4 thumbnails
Give it
earlier.
those lobby
MSI
eyes.
has released, they showed off at CES, this new monitor that they have AI built into that has a whole bunch of features. Big things on it though is it uses internal AI to, depending on what you're playing, adjust settings on the monitor. So it'll highlight, like it'll identify and highlight characters moving about in scenes. It'll adjust stuff that, the brightness and that, if it detects like flashbangs, for example, it'll instantly tone the brightness down so you can't get flashbanged.
so it's a cheating monitor.
Essentially, yeah. I'll pull up the like list of stuff that they actually showed off, because most of it was just like, you've made gaming not fun. Like you've made it just, this is just real
I don't really
world.
care about getting the monitor for any of those reasons, honestly.
No.
No, just don't look at the flashbang when it gets thrown at you. Just
Well, I was gonna
It's just
say,
a-
like, it would be nice, like, if I'm playing like Battlefield or like anything with high bloom, and it's like, oh great, it would be nice to not get flashbang, but also
Maybe,
there's
but
settings
it's-
for that.
It's literally just a physical pay to win thing, though. It sounds more like. So yeah, MSI's got the AI tracker automatically highlights in-game characters. AI goggle recovers faster from flashbangs. AI vision plus smarter brightness adaptation, clearer details. AI scene automatically detects content, switches to optimal mode. That, if it was a bit more in depth and not as vague, that actually sounds like something that could be useful.
But if you're on your computer using it for, I don't know, office stuff, like just paperwork, you're doing whatever you're on your computer, you don't really need it to look good.
No.
You're watching a movie, you shouldn't realistically, unless you've got like a fancy monitor, why are you watching movies on your monitor? Unless you don't have a TV in your room. What else are you switching to? Games?
Yeah. I mean,
for
I'm
its sole
assuming
purpose.
it's just doing things like contrast and that, automatically setting stuff that most games now will ask you at the start when you first load up the game. Hey, adjust this so that such and such is barely visible.
I wonder if all the AI features are, so because you said tracks people on the screen, if you're using that competitively, does it show on, say, if you're recording your screen, or is it going to be like an overlay on top?
Oh, that's a good question. What's the other bit here? AI gauge syncs spectrum bar with in-game status. I have no idea what that is. That sounds more like just an MSI.
Spectrum bar. It sounds like gamers to me.
It's the
And
bar
one-
where gamers go.
The other thing was AI scope. Automatically zooms in on targets for precision with optional night vision.
See, that sounds like in games like Battlefield and stuff where like night vision and thermals are unlockable. That sounds a bit
Sounds like a sweaty monitor to me.
Yes.
true.
Yeah, well, I think a lot of, because I know with Arc Raiders, there's a lot of people adjusting like your in-game, like through NVIDIA's like filter settings. You can adjust it for like the night modes and the ones where there's like a haze or whatever to make it more visible. They've now started like kind of restricting that access so that you can't change that, because if you're on a map where everything's nighttime and you've turned your gamma and shit up so you can see, that's pretty much cheating at that point.
That's just
what
like
I'm-
when people used to play PUBG and they used to put the graphic settings on low because the
The bushes wouldn't render and everything.
as much so you could see people hiding. Oh well, I mean, like,
It just seems more like yet
knows?
another company trying to crowbar AI stuff into
AI stuff seems like it's just been pushed into everything, and there's barely any times where I'm like, yeah, I think that's cool. Rarely, it's just always
Yeah.
put in there. It's a couple little things, like to some camera things where it's cool, but like whatever. One thing I did want to say when you're talking about like changing your screen and flickering, this is like not really related at all. I said last week I was showing Lizard Attack on Titan. We were watching a lot of it last night. The Crunchyroll app fucking sucks.
Oh, absolutely.
It sucks so much. We're watching it. This is only on the Crunchyroll app. I've got a LG C4. The screen will just flash black randomly. Legitimately, it just flashes black. Only on the Crunchyroll app.
Is that something to do with like the app itself is
It's the
poorly
app.
built, or
It's the app. It just has problems. It just randomly flash. I have problems. I've always had some sort of little problems with the Crunchyroll app. Like since like the last 10 years or so. I'm like, how the fuck is this app? There's so much money going into this, and this is the only way to watch it unless you watch through the website and they're not optimizing it.
yeah.
Like, I don't know. But it just randomly just watching it go black screen for a second. Like, it would be like 2 or 3 frames, but enough that it's annoying. And it'll just keep doing that like every now and then. And I'll stop for an hour and then it'll just keep happening. I'm like, what the fuck? Why?
Just while you're talking on apps, you've just reminded me as well, something I saw today. I would get like all three of you, your sort of take on this, just as an opinion piece. The Red Dead Redemption doing the mobile thing at the moment.
Through
And you can play
Netflix?
it on mobile. On Netflix, but has a standalone app as well.
Where you can buy, yeah.
Yes. The
What about it?
Netflix one, from what I read, is restricted to 30 frames a second. The paid one allows you to have, I don't know if it's an unlocked frame rate, but has a higher frame rate. What are your thoughts on that? Like having that, if you pay it, you get the possibly better performing one.
I don't mind. If you get in game for free just for having Netflix, that's a bonus. There's no reason to complain about that.
But also, like, phone screens I'm pretty sure will have a capped frame rate anyway. So if it's like, oh, you get uncapped frames, like, if you're playing this on an iPhone 13, you're only going to get 60 frames anyway, maybe. So, like, you just may as well play it through the Netflix app.
Yeah,
that's
And
what
you
I
save
mean.
yourself some cash.
It's more surprising that they're even going for something like this in the first place.
Yeah.
So the fact that they're even doing it, it's like, and the fact that I could imagine there could be like a more worse or harsh like subscription that could be pushed onto Red Dead that Netflix could do or whatever, that just like better frame rates, just not.
Yeah, okay.
that
You're
bad.
echoing, all three of you echoing what I was thinking as I was reading this thing. Yeah, if you're buying it, you should be getting I get the complete thing. Oh, I'm getting it as part of this other subscription I'm paying for. It's like they have to tone down something somewhere.
Well, it's not even that. It's just like you're getting it for free. You can't really complain.
Yeah.
Like it's.
And I mean, 30.
Has anyone ever bought Netflix for the games on it? It's just a bonus now.
Yeah, I'd still have not looked at any of the games on there other than when they did.
They got some cool games on there, honestly.
I
They do.
haven't even thought about looking.
The only one I think I actively played that I got through Netflix was because I didn't have it on my iPhone, I had it on my Samsung, but it was Bloons Tower Defense 5.
God, yes.
I played a lot of it on my iPhone because of that. But now that you're saying that, like playing Red Dead and then possibly some other games around those generations coming out on phone, like once this iPhone Fold comes out and having like some sort of little thing for that, that will be so cool.
Yeah.
Just a small enough screen, but that's still big enough that you feel like you have a proper experience.
Yeah.
Like I like our AYN Thor. I really enjoyed playing on that. The screen can be a little small for certain games sometimes.
Yes, I agree.
For games that aren't meant for a screen that small, where if you had like a folding phone size screen, that's going to be a lot more enjoyable.
Yeah.
As soon as it's getting a little bit bigger, it just makes it so much better.
Okay. Yeah.
So I have to wait and see for that. Spend some money in September when Apple announces that. One other thing. There was a couple things on here that we wanted to freaking talk about. Let's go on to let's talk about the freaking Cyberpunk mod. So for people who don't know, I saw this mod years ago. There's a VR mod for Cyberpunk on PC where it will turn Cyberpunk 2077 into a VR game. As much as it can. It's a work in progress mod that's been going on for years. The guy who makes it, I forget his name, he had it behind a paywall on his Patreon. So if you wanted to use this mod, you had to subscribe to his Patreon to download it. I knew about this mod a while ago because I was very tempted to get it. That's what put me off. I was like, I don't want to subscribe to some guy's Patreon. He put a lot of work in, but at the same time, I don't think I'm going to spend that much time in Cyberpunk VR. So recently, this guy who made the Cyberpunk VR mod, CD Projekt Red has got wind that he had put the mod behind a paywall on his Patreon. And they've contacted him and said, hey, more than happy for you to still make this mod and do stuff with it. It just needs to be free.
Yeah.
We can't have you profiting off of our IP, our property, our product. More than happy for you to mod it. It just needs to be free and available for everyone. And the guy who made this VR mod has had the biggest hissy fit I've ever seen.
Yeah. He's pulled it from everywhere.
Pulled it from everywhere. No, you can't have it anymore.
No.
I'm not putting it out there for free. It's mine. You're stealing from me. Blah, blah, all this stuff. What a fucking loser. I get it. You've put a lot of work in to make this VR mod, but no, it's not your property. It's not the source material isn't yours.
No.
I understand you've put work in. You're profiting off of other people's work. And also,
And
CD
they put
Projekt
a lot of work into that game after it released.
and CD Projekt Red also, the other thing is, they didn't have to be that nice.
No.
When you hear this type of story, 9 out of 10 times, they just like, nope, get rid of the mod. They won't even give you the option, hey, put it out for free. They've gone out and they've done that. That is a really nice gesture to try and do, and they just haven't done that.
Something I saw someone commenting on was, is there the possibility that he's in violation of their terms and services or whatever,
More
the
than
TOS,
likely.
as like, hey, if you make any mods for this, they must be free. And I don't know what the actual breakdown of Cyberpunk's TOS is, what
I
the
think it's
UL
just
is.
to make it accessible for everyone because like some people I don't know what the subscription is, but if it's like $40 a month to play this game.
I think it was, so what for the...
It's not
for the
just that
Patreon.
mod that he has on his Patreon though.
Yeah, so he does this with a lot of mods.
Yeah.
He has a lot of mods on there. The argument he was making, like when some people were saying, why don't you just make that one mod free? He was like, he made a big post saying like, oh, well, I've got all these other mods on there and like they all share this stuff, da da da. People called bullshit on that very quickly because they were like, I subscribe to your Patreon. They're all individual files. You don't have anything that links them together at all.
Yeah.
You literally just subscribe to Patreon, download the file for the game you want, and drop it into the actual folder.
Yeah.
There's no sort of hypervisor or anything like that that's like, oh, which game you're running. You want these like deliberately you want these libraries and dependencies and all of that. It's like, no.
I don't know.
Bullshit on that.
Well, I think now that after his reaction and going, well, if I can't get paid for it, I'm taking it down. People have just been going through his Patreon and just ripping everything and putting it online.
Good.
And just been like, no, you don't get anything down.
Because he doesn't really have much of a leg to stand on with that.
I mean, I think he just got, CD Projekt Red were way too nice to him and he goes, no, fuck you.
Yeah.
Not having it.
He was a dickhead. He didn't.
I still don't get why people think that paid mods are a good thing. Like they've seen the outbursts that came from like when Skyrim tried it with the Creation Club. Well, not
they
just
still
Skyrim,
do
but
it.
Bethesda. Yeah.
I would like to talk about that because since I played Fallout 4 again, I've got it on PC and PS4. Actually, there's two things I want to talk about. So, first of all, I was going to play Fallout 4 on PC. There is a massive input lag problem with Fallout 4 on PC because it's
Really?
got like a VSync problem and like it's really common with a lot of monitors.
Yeah.
There is no way to fix it in game. You need to go into the like directory files and change things because the frame rate is linked to the speed in the game. You can't change a lot of the settings. It's really delayed. You wouldn't know
Okay.
because you got a shit computer, so it doesn't happen on a lot of computers.
Wasn't it your computer?
It was. That's why he's got it now. No, but have you played Fallout 4 on the new computer?
Not on this one.
Yeah,
No.
so that's what I mean. Like it's only on like usually higher end machines.
Okay.
It's got a massive input lag, enough that it's super noticeable and it's not fun.
I might have to go back and have a look. Yeah, because I don't remember it having
heaps
any
of
lag on it
threads
at all.
online about it, how to fix it.
I was
Okay.
going to say,
So it's
I've had friends that have been wanting to get back into it because of the show, and they're just like, what the hell is even this?
I
now?"
can't play it.
Yeah.
Like it's unplayable, and I just wanted to play it. So I was like, fuck it, I'll just jump onto I'll jump on the PS5 version instead. So I wanted to get mods, but I was like, oh, the directors changing this shit just to get the fucking just to
Thing
get rid
to
of
work
input
properly,
lag
yeah.
was a fuck around. So I went onto the PS5 version and I was like, oh, I really wanted mods for Fallout 4, but you know what? Let's have a look at some of the creation stuff. The Creation Club. Man, they're fucking expensive.
They really are.
I can't believe the mods. Like, it's cool that the Creation Club's a thing on console and you've got that option to get other items and
Skins and
yeah, like weapons and things like that. Man, they're not cheap. Most things are like 500, 800 credits, and it's like $8 or $9.
That's what I was about to say.
Yeah.
Is they do the thing that like every free-to-play gacha game does, where it's like you're not paying real money for them. You're paying their like
their
Bethesda's
in-game-
special in-game currency thing, and nothing lines up correctly.
No,
so
it's
they're
like what Microsoft points used to do back in the
yes,
day.
Yeah.
yeah. It's like, oh, I want that thing. Okay, that's as you said, that's like 500 creation points or
But you
whatever.
can only buy it
creation
in a pack of
credits or whatever.
1,000.
Yes, you can
Yeah.
only. Or no, it's never even an even number. It's like, oh, you can only buy it in packs of like
1,200.
1,200. Yeah.
I know Respawn and Apex got in trouble for that because the pack money didn't line up at all when they changed their loot prices. So they made it equivalent to, I think even Sony got in trouble. You had to be able to buy the exact value in real dollars, so it had to line up properly.
Yeah.
And it's like, because you're paying, I want 1,200 coins, that'll cost you $15.
So
Like,
how is it that only they got in trouble with it? Because
Oh, there was
every
just-
game I've seen does it the same
No,
way.
I do remember that happening.
Apex and their loot boxes are fucking astounding. There's now like 6 other different currencies in there to buy
Jesus.
different shards, to buy then skin shards for your heirlooms, and
Yep.
then there's mythic shards, and it's like they're all different and they're all a different price and they all mean a different value. Like it's crazy how much shit they've loaded into that game. And the store page used to be, here's your 6 items for the week. There are now 9 pages and you can scroll left to right for like, I don't know, 30 seconds. There is so much shit they've added in that game. I've spent a lot of money on that game, but also
I did. That's the only game that I bought loot boxes for was Apex Legend.
we used
That
to
was
have
about 8-9 years ago though.
Yeah, we had drinking nights during COVID playing it. We'd buy like 100 packs each, and then each tier of loot or whatever it was a nominated drink. We would spend, it wasn't our money, but like we spent a lot of money on that.
Whose money was it?
Governments. Spent a lot of fucking money on that game.
But it's even that too with the Creation Club. If it was like $8 or $9 for a mod that like, oh, here's
Like a
new
total
campaign.
conversion.
Yeah, here's a conversion.
Yeah.
Fine. It's like, oh, here's $8 or $9 to turn dog meat into a Labrador. It's like, are you serious?
Legitimately. It's always like fucking bullshit. It's like, hey,
I
it's a
did the
cool
Labrador
mod.
thing.
But like, I'm not spending $8 for that.
No.
Or it's like, oh, here's a single weapon, $12. What the fuck? I can go onto fucking Fallout Nexus right now, download a 400 weapon pack for free.
Yeah.
And they're usually better quality.
And you'll get big titty mod with it usually.
Exactly. legitimately. So, I don't know. It's just a fuck around. Like, I feel like they've put so many roadblocks in the way to make that.
Accessible.
Oh, not
Like
even
it should be.
accessible,
It
just
should be
fun.
way easier. Bethesda games were always like really easy to get mods for, and
They were.
up until recently,
You know
really
what was
easy
really
to apply
easy?
the mods for.
When fucking Skyrim had workshop support.
Oh,
Yeah.
that was the golden. Yeah.
Just go on, I want that. I've talked about this before, but Steam Workshop, it needs to be implemented in so many more games. It's just so easy, so fun. It makes things so much
Does
more.
need a bit of a refresh though, because they still have file size limits and stuff, where it's like, okay, that shouldn't be a thing anymore. Most people's computers can handle files over 1 GB now.
Yeah.
Come on, mate. Like
I think it's one of those things where it's just sort of grandfathered in with Steam.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where it's just still there because it's there and they just haven't touched it in a while.
But I was gonna say, mind you, there's a lot of games I've been playing that are early access, whatever, and in the roadmap, it'll just be like big dot. Yep. Steam Workshop. Like even games now have that as like a massive update in of itself, which it should be because it's very good. But
yeah.
All
What
right.
should we talk about next?
Well, how about one of you three say something?
Sure.
That silence is good. That silence is very good. I'm trying to think.
Well, talking on Apex, Ben, you had a lot of trouble getting Apex to run
I did have
correctly.
a lot of... No, Apex ran correctly. It's just a few years ago they brought in cross progression for different accounts and PC and console and all that sort of jazz. And I think I must have played it on PC at one point for like 5 minutes because it's linked to my original EA account that I've used for 15 years or whatever it is. But upon trying to merge my Apex accounts with my Sony account, which is where all of those purchases we just talked about are, it brought nothing across. And I was like, oh, that's a bit odd. Let me have a look. I'll try sign in with PlayStation. Same thing, loads up the same account. No progression, no skins, no cash, no nothing. That's it. Nothing's in the game. So I spent the better part of yesterday afternoon on the phone with EA support trying to get these things unlinked. Apparently, if you have any issues with your cross progression in Apex Legends, the progression, if you unlink an account, deletes all of your progression. Like literally, it goes, yeah, it's just a bug that happened. It will remove all progress on both accounts, which I think is a bit of a fucking shit take because
It
how do you
is. Yeah.
just be like every other normal game that does cross progression and just share it across and you choose what the primary one you want to use is.
Yeah.
Yeah, 3 days of that trying to get it sorted. Yesterday I was just like, I'm getting on the phone. I'm talking to someone about it because like this is, I just want to give, can I get it or can I not get it? Turns out it's linked to some weird Batman email I've had since like 2011 or something like that. But you can link
Ben Batman 49.
It's 1897. But yeah, I don't know where it came from or how I got back into it, but all the stuff's on there. It's all linked. So, and then I can just link this Sony account straight with Steam and it works straight away.
But I think that's where like EA is doing something like weird because like I said, there was Bailey at work who like bought Battlefield 6, played it for like 2 weeks, was like, oh, this is hectic. And then randomly was just hit with, oh, you can only play this game if you have a EA account, like sign into your EA. And he's like, well, I didn't make one and I didn't need one up until then. Like it just let me play the game. So effectively for like up until same thing, you had to call EA and was fine. He was like bricked from playing a game he just bought off the rip. That would suck.
Yeah, that really does. I don't know. I mean, I had the same thing when we were talking about this a couple of episodes ago. When I modded the 3DS and trying to sign into my Nintendo account on it. And it was just like, you've already signed into a Nintendo account. I was like, yes. Can I sign into it again, please? You let me do it on the Switch. Why can I not do it on this? And it's because they have a hard limit of you can only sign into one DS console with your Nintendo account at a time.
Yeah, because they've probably got some dumb thing on there where you can, if account's logged in, you can just download all the games without a problem, and it probably doesn't have a way to tell.
Well, it's to prevent family sharing, essentially.
Yeah, well,
which they're now fine with on the Switch. Although the way they've implemented it is another like absolute dog's breakfast.
Well,
Oh,
the
what a
PS3 had
surprise.
that as well, where you could sign into a mate's account, download all the games, then sign
And
out.
DLC and stuff like that. Yep.
I was going to say Steam has like the family sharing thing, but I like kind of low-key fucking hate it only because
it used to be so much better.
It used to be so good, but now it's something where like if I like buy a new game and then, you know, go to work or something, come back home, and then I have a friend who's using it, I can't use that copy. I can't use the game I bought. And then I also have to sit there and like message him and be like, hey, can you get off the game, please? I can't kick him off. I can't do anything.
It used to be better because like if it was the game you bought and you started playing it, it would give them a message of, hey, you're both playing the game. You don't own it. You have 15 minutes before we kick you off.
Yeah.
Now it's just, as you said, it just says to you, no, you can't play the thing you legally bought because you lent it to someone else and they're currently using it.
Yeah.
I still find it funny you turned on the family sharing.
Well, because then I got access to like hundreds of other games, which was fine up until like that one point. Then I was just like,
Yeah, you
bro,
can't
what
play
the
thing
fuck?
that you bought. Yeah.
I do like that Steam has the function where if there's like, hey, I want to download a game that you've got, Tom. It'll go, it's already downloaded. Do you want to just copy it from that computer? And it's like, that's cool.
Yeah.
I mean,
Steam library hosting is very neat.
Yeah, just doing it through the local network. Yeah, that is cool.
but I mean, the internet's that fast, I don't really have to worry about that. So it just does its thing anyway.
But it's the same as like, have you guys ever tried the remote play function on Steam?
Yeah.
It is terrible. It is disgusting.
Again,
really
used
bad.
to be a lot better, and
People always talk about, oh, it's so good. It's like I've never had any good point with it.
Yeah, my like we were trying to play like the old Lego Harry Potter and stuff with it. So we could be like, oh, remember the good old days where you'd like, do like controller passover or anything like that with friends. And it's like the amount of issues we ran into where it couldn't identify the controller correctly, or like even just we could have the best like internet that we could get for Australia, like running for that day. And then lag issues where we would have to like restart the entire game and like desync. It was
you
insane.
used to be able to host it straight across a local network, because I used to do it all the time. I'd have my main computer up in my room running whatever game it was, and I want to sit in the air conditioning in because it's Australian summer, so fuck that. I'd have like it just streaming to my laptop out in the room with the aircon on. Used to work absolutely fine. Now the way it works is that it has to bounce between Steam's authentication server, so it has to upload your signal, go to wherever Steam wants to host it, then bounce it back, and then down to the thing that's actually running the client.
Yeah.
And it's like way too much input lag, way too much just normal lag. It's just, no, I don't want this. Just have me able to go, cool, just stream from there to here. Both sides are authenticated. Both sides are running a Steam client. That should be fine to just stream from there to here, please.
I know PlayStation tried to do that. I think it was with the 4. They're like, hey, you can remote play it and share play with your friends. And like, if they need help with a level, you can jump in and do it.
Yes, I remember that.
Fantastic idea in theory. Horrible execution. I remember we tried to play, someone needed help doing some mission in a game I'd finished. I was like, okay, cool, let me just remote in. It still prioritized their controller, even though I had accessed my PlayStation to control their game. But I'd move something, but then he would be like, why is my controller not working? And then it would automatically just switch it back to him. But he couldn't see what I was doing. And I was like, this just doesn't seem to make any sense. And I think with that new Lego Star Wars, like the complete saga they brought out, it uses share play instead of local multiplayer. So one friend buys game, you share it in and you can co-op in. That game, even with fantastic internet, still lagged and still disconnected, and you'd get rubber banding. And like, I don't know how they haven't figured stuff like that out yet.
I don't know.
I didn't think it would be that hard, but it's insane considering how there are other like programs or anything you can get that just does it infinitely better.
Yeah. Which I've had a bunch of people tell me, they're like, oh, just use other programs to remote in and do the blah. It's like, I shouldn't have to do that.
Yeah.
The main thing I'm using to run these games has this built in as an option. It should be implemented better by the company that built it. Like we've talked before about like these companies make so much money. Why are they not putting it into actually polishing the stuff that they're putting out? Like, I don't know.
I think so they can just use it as a, hey, this is what's coming next time. And then they just keep leading it forward. Like they're meant to do a backwards compatibility with the old PlayStations. Like I think the 4, like, yeah, you can play all the old games, couldn't play anything. And then the 5 was you meant to do the same thing. You can only play PS4 games. And was it certain PS3s could play which could play
the original fat PS3 could play PS1 and PS2 games, and that's why they cost a bomb now.
Yeah. I would. That would be so good to get one of those.
Yeah, they're very hard.
Got one.
What part? The PS3 or the fat part?
Or both.
That was a bit uncalled for, honestly.
Rock, the whole podcast that we've been talking about this.
All right, I apologize.
It's
I'll say one thing to you.
Me bomba.
Okay. What else we got to talk about? We've already talked about a CS monitor.
You had one here.
Yeah, what was
that
with
I
the
wanted to know?
Artificial prices. Yeah, this is more for like marketplace and stuff like that. I've been seeing a lot online recently, people who really thinks things they have, and we've talked about this before, it comes into the fact with scarcity meaning rare and rare meaning expensive, where people are just artificially inflating their prices or thinking things are worth way more than that they are. And you go online, like Ben was just looking at some cameras before.
Yeah.
And someone And you said there's multiple up there.
There's multiple.
This camera is like $2,900 and people are putting up, 26 brand new, never touched. Why the fuck would you buy one for a couple $100 less that someone's probably lying about online?
And you can probably price match a brand new one for $2,500.
I've seen them,
Yeah.
cheaper than that. And I've just been seeing it a lot around recently where people really, I think it's just because of how hard cost of living is, but people think everything they have is worth way more than it is.
You see it a lot with technology. Like computers, people always overestimate what their computer's going to be worth secondhand.
Oh, yeah.
Like happens all the time. Like, oh, I bought this 6 years ago. I spent $3,000 on it. Therefore, I can only accept $2,500 for it if I sell it. It's like, it's not even worth $1,000 anymore, my dude. Like, come on.
No. I was speaking of marketplace. There's a lot of new websites now that are hosting their own marketplace on websites.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
Like
Yep.
Big W is a big one. Bunnings, I think, do it now as well. I don't get boomers, and not even just boomers. It's just literally anyone now coming and go, hey, you've got this in stock. All right, well, Bunnings don't sell fridges, so why? It's like, it says it on your website. It's like, but it also
It will
says
say sold
by X, and then it also says Bunnings Marketplace in big bright letters.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, well,
I get it all the time with people wanting stuff from Big W where they're just like, I want to get, Big W sells this. Where is it? You'll do it for the same price. It's like, no. Big W don't sell that. It says, like as you just said, it says on the thing. I don't know what you're looking up at.
keep talking.
But yeah, like they need to make it much clearer. Like it should be a completely separate part of their site
It
where
should
like you
be,
either go
but-
to, hey, I want to look at the stuff that Big W sells in store, or I want to look at the stuff that Big W has access to through their marketplace.
I was going to say, as of recently, there's been a few people like where I've worked where people will come in and be like, oh, this item doesn't work. Or it's like, I don't want it. And it's like, that's cool. You have to go to the reseller to like get that done. Like there's not a lot we can do through us.
Oh,
And-
people who've bought something online and then they try and return it.
Yeah.
Okay,
and then
yeah.
they're like, but what you're talking about, it has like your shop.
You guys
big
sold
sponsor-
it to
yeah,
me.
and it's like, yeah, but you got it on Marketplace. Like, I don't know what you want me to do more, man.
I've got no proof that you bought it here.
Yeah.
It's like going to buying a car from Toyota and then going to Honda and being like, my car doesn't work. It's like, yeah, you didn't buy it here. We can't fix it for you.
No,
Yeah.
don't. I had that exact thing today where someone was like,
You bought a car?
No, someone borrowed a phone and they were just like, oh, I can't sign into my Google account. Like it keeps saying that it needs a Google account. I was like, okay, go to Google. Like I'm not Google. I don't know what you want from me. It's like, yeah, the exact same thing. It's like people just think like, oh, I got this thing from you, therefore you're responsible for everything to do with it. It's like, no.
No, I just work
No.
here.
All right, I've just pulled up on Facebook Marketplace. I just put in PS5 and I put in Sydney and it's with like 200Ks or no, 65Ks out of Sydney. How much is a digital PS5 at the moment?
Currently,
Like $679?
digital.
Yeah. Come on, bro. Come on. He's got one job.
Sorry, a thing changed recently. I'm trying to remember what price we usually
Hey,
run.
Ben, how much is a digital disc
Like
PS?
$650.
I think it's about $679, something like that.
649.
$649.
$749 for the new Slim Digital.
Okay, so I'm finding here on Facebook $650 for a digital edition PS5. A disc edition $700.
Two controllers, one's a good
Two
price.
controller, that's not bad, but who the fuck's buying that? $100 less for a used one? I'm sorry, usually if someone's going to buy something used, it's usually going to be a decent amount less for them to go used.
Controller's filthy, by the way, as well, in
Yeah.
that second photo.
Well, what's the bet
Yeah.
you crack open like the case out of one of these and the inside will just be like dust?
Or if you're buying a PS5 Pro, they're $1,200. Why would you go and buy one for $1,100?
I forgot how ugly that thing looked.
Like, I don't understand in what world do you think that, like, if you're spending that
love
much
that-
money, you're not going to spend,
I
I'll
love
save
that
$100.
in mint condition. Not new,
Yeah.
in mint condition.
Digital PS5, disc PS5, like they're not good prices. That's probably the best one there. That one for $550. Like I just don't understand. People just don't. I mean, this is something that's a lot of these will probably sell.
My friend sells those cooling stands, like very similar ones on Amazon as a reseller. He makes good money doing it too. It's not for $10, but I mean, I just,
Get the idea, yeah.
yeah. Cool other idea.
What's something that we think people are gonna
GameCube
Yeah, actually,
Oh,
not
yeah.
a bad
Yeah,
one.
you're not wrong.
I saw one on
GameCube.
there earlier, and it didn't look in good condition, and it is definitely not worth the money.
Okay. $250 for a GameCube and 2 controllers isn't terrible. It's not great.
The one I saw was $350, and it didn't have anything but the actual machine itself, which I thought was a bit
that's
of a
a
joke.
rip.
Yeah, a lot of these. Oh, what's a rare game? Fuck, what's a rare game again?
Skies of Arcadia.
No, not something like that.
There's probably some weird Mario Tennis or some
Oh,
shit.
actually-
Oh no, let's just put like Mario 64 in.
Try Cubic Ninja.
No,
Or we could try
I know
Mario.
why you're saying that. I don't think that's too niche.
Mario.
Mario 64 on Mario Kart, $90. Like, do you think a game like that's still worth that? Mario
Not
Kart
at that
64,
age, no.
$125.
If it's in decent, no, there you go. Boxed. If the box is in good nick, you could probably resell it and hold on to it for a bit longer. But
Maybe for like collector's stuff, if it's not like too fucked. Central Coast, shout out. Actually, I'll tell you what. I'm going to see how much an SNES is because I've got one upstairs that I don't touch that I definitely did not get from an abandoned house. $120, that's not bad.
Make it sound like you stole it.
well, if it's an abandoned house, he didn't buy it.
Okay. Never mind.
Yeah, your whole point just crumbled.
Yeah.
Take that. Press the noise. Good idea.
I more meant like you just broke into someone's home when they weren't there.
Well, that's not what abandoned means.
Mario Paint, I've got this. I might have also got this from an abandoned house with all of that stuff.
I will say that is a very cool mouse. Mice?
I might try and convert that and use that as my main mouse now. It's probably got a trackball on the bottom of it. Oh, well, that's enough of looking on there.
Mario,
oh, actually,
hang on.
Yo, we needed this for the set.
Yeah, that's fire.
Why does he sort of like a Minecraft villager as well?
Huh.
Because it's AI.
Bro, he's got money on the mind, legit.
That's hand painted real shit. That ain't AI, Brock.
Oh, I went into a fucking AI slop shop the other day, and
Funny.
they were pushing everything as if it was theirs, like they'd made it. It's like, oh yeah, we cut this off of our machine, and it's like, yeah, but all of this stuff is literally Highland cow AI art, and it'll be like always the same shit. It's fucking disgusting.
Or same, you go to like Burger Edge or anything, and all of it will just be like AI art. And you're like, that's crazy.
I saw
coming
that
from,
at the
like, a
front of
massive
Burger
restaurant.
Edge the other day. They had a poster, and it was like obviously AI art, like grok, where it's got like that skin tone. And
No,
it's like,
yeah.
and I was like, fucking hell, like how's this get past?
Or it's the
I just don't care anymore, I don't think.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, because I don't know about you, Brock, but like same thing. I've gone to a few Ren fairs recently, and there might be one or two where it's like,
believe
oh, here's me doing like a little handicraft thing. Like here's me making like, like goat horn, like drinking cups or anything. A good chunk of like Ren fairs now is like 3D printed slop or AI slop.
Yeah.
Oh, let
Some
me
of the-
make a
some of the 3D
octopus with a Dwayne the Rock Johnson head on it.
Literally.
Some of the 3D printed stuff, like some of it, I can get behind of like, yeah, okay, fair enough. It's not viable to do that the traditional way anymore. You're right that like at least half, if not more of it, is just, I just want to quickly sell junk. The art though, yes. People who are just like, oh yeah, we're doing hand painted Renaissance art. It's just like, no, you're not. One, you're printing it on a printer I can see at the back of your stall, and also I can see you typing in prompts to edit the photo you just took of the guy sitting down. Like,
It's
no.
so bad that like I went to one the other day and it was the same. Like I think there was 2 or 3 like original ideas. Like someone had like a way to make like D&D maps and like scale everything correctly while building out a dungeon and everything. I'm like, wow, that's actually like pretty handy. And then right next to that is like, oh yeah, here's like get your like furry art thing that's like poorly done by AI and it's like
No.
all original. We can do OCs and stuff. And I'm like, bro, just say that you're using AI. That's
We
ridiculous.
can
It's
do
not
your
like-
Sonic OCs. It's all good.
Yeah, like
We didn't
Yeah.
specifically say you, Brock. We didn't just shake your head.
No, he just looked directly at me.
I didn't even look at you.
Fuck off, you didn't.
And it's hard to do that as well.
It's
He's everywhere.
Rock the bee.
I had a thing to say, and you've thrown me off now. You do this every single
I'll remind
time.
you, Rouge the Bat's feet.
Fuck off.
I will say, I do like when you see like people advertising their art on Facebook or something, and it's like, yeah, I can do this on pillows and everything, and it's the same image, and it's literally just scattered on like any brand thing you can possibly think
Yep.
of. It's like, oh, here is on a coaster, and it's just stretched around. It's like, you've done a really good job of planning this out on fucking your little website.
Yeah.
With all this shit being big, I think, and it's evident with this place as well, you'd make big money if you just had a truck with a fucking skip bin on the back and just went to the tip and got rid of people's rubbish. There's so much shit everywhere.
There is a lot of
People
shit.
like- yeah.
Yeah, there is a lot of rubbish.
Well, because it's the kind of back before with like artificial prices. How many people do you know that are like they'll flex their account because they're like, my account's worth like XYZ, even though there's no way, unless like there's a few certain other games that you can't actually like really sell your account. Like no one's going to buy
Oh,
it.
in games you mean? Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like your Steam account and
Yeah.
things like that, or like specific like a RuneScape
Oh,
account.
like
or both.
because I play heaps of War Thunder. Shout out Tim.
Yeah.
Same thing with him. Same thing with him though. He will be like, oh, here's all these vehicles you can't get anymore. Here are ones that like are currently selling for 2,000. If I sell my account, it'll be worth XYZ. Who the fuck's gonna buy a War Thunder?
That's the thing. No one's unless you. I know the only game where I think accounts do hold their value, and not even the accounts, but the items in the accounts, is probably CS:GO, because or Counter Strike 2, because I have heard multiple times where it'll be like usually like Saudi Arabian princes and people like oil tycoons will buy. Oh, you've got like this one of one Dragon Lore with this certain like skin spray like pull. Yeah, I'll buy it for $50,000 type of thing because I just want that.
Yeah.
It's like something they can have, and CS:GO is a big game. But games like War Thunder where my account's worth this much, or like
RuneScape used to be a big thing. We should get Jimmy on at some point to talk about
He'll
There's a
never
good-
come on.
We talk about that. The what was it?
hats.
Not
and
the
that.
hats. The hats are also a big commodity, but like the capes are the big one now, and the pets.
Oh.
But how RuneScape
Puffles.
defunded I think it was Argentina's like
No,
dollar?
Venezuela.
Venezuela, yeah.
When when all that stuff went down, we talked about that before. Yeah.
People lost literal like their way to earn and live because of RuneScape.
Yeah, it's very
Wild.
hectic. I remember when Rocket League introduced trading, you could sell literally anything, and they'd be like, "Oh, cool, we'll give you credits for this," and you join in. I think I ended up with like 10, 20k worth of Rocket League coins, which you could only spend in Rocket League. So it was just to buy more stuff and sell again.
Yeah.
And then they removed it, and everyone's like, well, now everything that we had worked for and earned and all that we could trade for, because you used to be able to buy keys to unlock the packs to get all that stuff.
Yep.
They're like, as soon as trading was gone, when Epic bought it, they're like, okay, everyone's accounts are now worthless. You can't do any of it anymore. And I mean, they've got a South Park event at the moment, which is really cool, I guess. But yeah,
I like they're doing that with the same time with Fortnite. Yeah.
Can't wait for the Office in Rocket League.
Oh, yeah.
One of my
mean-
favorite comments I saw was someone, it was on fucking Twitter, and it was because they've got Office skins in Fortnite now.
They're adding it. Yeah.
Yeah, they added the Office to
I meant to-
Fortnite, and literally the first comment's like, "Oh, it's not the UK version." In what world were they going to add fucking Ricky Gervais to Fortnite? Yeah, like
Man can dream.
Man can dream.
I don't think he would have allowed that.
Oh, fuck no. Absolutely not.
Also, I
okay.
don't know anyone who like sat and watched all of the UK Office. Everyone's seen
Oh,
the
heaps of people
American
have.
one, but
Well, the UK Office is only like
2 seasons?
I don't think it's even 2. I think it's 1. It's 1 in specials, I think.
Yeah.
I never watched it. I never watched the US Office. I was more of a Parks and Rec guy.
okay.
Yeah.
I
Parks
really
and Rec
like
goes
Parks and Recreation. That show's really good. I'm gonna be honest. I keep seeing clips recently of fucking like Friends and like The Big Bang Theory and
yeah.
2.5 Men and all those like.
I get a lot of 2.5 Men on
Yeah.
YouTube Shorts. I have to watch that show again. It was so good.
But that's what I was about to say. It really wasn't. I think a lot of those shows weren't. It was just slop that was on that
They've-
you'd always
yeah,
watch.
All the clips that
I watched a
they've thrown up,
lot
they're
of
very
2.5 Men.
cherry picked.
Yes.
It's like, hey, here's the entirety of season 1. We've picked out 3 bits that were
Have
good.
I-
The rest of it is just like filler.
Have I told you? Have you guys seen the ending to 2.5 Men?
No.
Yes.
So you know about it? Do you know about it?
The ending to which bit?
2.5 Men, the whole show, the entire show, the ending.
Oh, the entire show, not
Yeah.
just the bit where they left out Charlie Sheen.
Well, you don't know what you're talking about. All right, so 2.5 Men, just to go back in time, it was about 15 years ago. Charlie Sheen got removed from the show because he went on that crazy,
They had a good night.
multiple good nights when, Charlie Sheen was very much on
At
the
his
drugs and
peak.
alcohol and Tiger's Blood, and like he was a big meme for a long time. He got kicked off the show. They ended up putting Ashton Kutcher on.
Yeah.
The show dropped
Instantly.
I think the views were like, I think the first episode had heaps because it's always like that when shows return, but the views on 2.5 Men dropped after Charlie Sheen left. It was like a third or a quarter or whatever. I think they did a few more seasons, and finally in the last episode of the show, they're hinting that Charlie Sheen's character is still alive.
Oh.
Like, because he dies in show. They kill him off. And so Charlie Sheen put a statement out before 2.5 Men ended or after it ended saying, I really wanted to come back and have like a heartfelt ending. And it's like a send off to the show that like Charlie, he meets a family, talks about his wrongs and things like that. And like drugs aren't good and like all this stuff. And just like in a comedic way. What they ended up doing is they got a body double of Charlie Sheen to walk up to the front door of the house, and they knock on the door, and he knocks on the door, and they drop a piano on him like it's Looney Tunes. They drop a fucking piano on him and he dies.
What the okay,
and then
you've said that and now like that kind of rings a bell. We might have talked about it before, but that's also like why?
Yeah.
Well, when the original show ended, because I think they were counting them as the same show, but they were definitely two different shows. I'm pretty sure how he gets killed off is he marries that neighbor chick, the crazy one.
Rose.
And they go to Paris or something for their honeymoon, and she pushes him in front of a train. Like
Yes,
that's how it ends. But then there's shots in the other seasons with I think Aston Kutcher in it, but she's walking downstairs with like a tray, and he's like giving the illusion that he's in a basement. Like he's in her basement sort of thing or something like that.
We're going to have to watch this ending real quick.
Okay.
We can block this out. I'm tempted to leave it in because it will be like reaction.
Yeah. I don't think Cinebus is going to clip this.
Oh, no.
So this is the ending to 2.5 Men. I don't know what it's like.
What do you think Charlie will do when he gets out of jail?
So he's in jail now, apparently.
If the past is any indication, he'll sober up and reflect on his past mistakes, apologize to everyone, and then do something even worse.
Old mate made a lot of money off this show.
Oh, yeah.
See,
Yeah.
I'm not so pessimistic.
She made a lot of money
hoping
too. She's
someday,
been
you
doing
know,
it for
be
20
buddies.
years.
Yeah, I mean, Ashton Kutcher made his
Yeah.
money as well. I think he's got a lot of money. So what was the idea that Ashton Kutcher's character bought the house?
They
or
bought the
something?
house and
and he's
then-
like
By
a
the way,
multi-millionaire or something.
When this
He's
like
season
Steve
is
Jobs.
done, so am I.
That's
What?
he's like he owns like a
Call it
tech
a
company.
day.
Yes.
And he
Call
sells
it
it
a
off.
career.
You're quitting?
I didn't want to rub your nose in it, but Charlie sent me a big ass check, so I'm out of here.
Yeah, I think that happens
Where
a
you
couple
gonna go?
times in the
Don't
show.
know.
Like Jake gets money
Somewhere
like
the
the
sun is
sun.
bright, the
And
pulse
like
is
they
strong,
keep
and
getting
the men
cash.
are
Like maybe
stupid.
he's alive.
Yeah, here we go. This is what it was. So they're like, they say, oh, look at this in the distance.
Look at that.
It's a helicopter with a piano.
Someone's having a piano delivered by helicopter.
That's the kind of extravagant thing Charlie would do. Oh, he had a baby grand just like that.
Oh, is that
Coming
it?
right
It's
this
his
way.
piano being
Yeah.
delivered to. Okay.
It's probably to drop
You know,
directly in
Yeah.
that
I
land
think that
room.
it's possible that the cops got the wrong guy, do you?
Nah.
And then they have, oh, look at this guy walking up. It's Charlie. He's coming back. It's obviously not Charlie Sheen. And then they drop a piano on him. What the fuck is this ending?
That's so bad.
That was fucking Looney Tunes style shit. Oh yeah, and it's got Chuck Lorre, the director of the show.
Winning.
And he says winning.
They might as well hit that with like that they come out and do the whole
That canned
that's
laughter
half a man,
was-
I guess.
Yeah.
Cuts to black. Like that is terrible.
So Chuck Lorre is the guy who ran like all of these shows. He did
yeah.
he did I think Two Broke Girls. He did the one with the fat people show. Like,
Mike and Molly.
Mike and Molly. You know, that's
I know the
that's
show. I've
literally
never watched it, but I know the name. at
That's
least.
literally
isn't
the
it?
premise of the show is that they're fat.
Yeah.
Like and then he did Big Bang Theory.
Yeah, I knew he did Big Bang.
So
Theory.
he's made all the money. But
I think that
that's the ending there. And then the other thing they did, so at the end of the episodes, I don't know if you remember, he's always had like director notes. Chuck Lorre would have at the end. It
Oh,
was like
scribbled in stuff. Yeah.
yeah, right at the end. And on this one, I think it's a really petty one. I think from what I remember.
Because I don't think they end. Obviously, he fucking up and ruining the end of the original series.
There
I
we
do
go.
remember this. Yeah.
Okay, so this was Chuck Lorre's production notes for the last episode of 2.5 Men. I know a lot of you might be disappointed that you didn't get to see Charlie Sheen in tonight's finale. For the record, he was offered a role. Our idea was to have him walk up to the front door in the last scene, ring the doorbell, then turn, look directly into the camera and go off on a maniacal rant about the dangers of drug abuse. He would then explain that the dangers only applied to average people, that he was far from average. He was a ninja warrior from Mars. He was invincible. And then we would drop a piano on him. We thought it was funny. He didn't. Instead, he wanted us to write a heartwarming scene that would set up his return to the primetime TV in a new sitcom called The Harpers, starring him and John Cryer. We thought that was funny too. How fucking petty are you? Bro, like what the fuck is this airing of laundry? Chuck Lorre, you're a fucking child. I know you could buy my entire family, like going back
6
a billion
times over,
years because
yeah.
of how much money you got, but you were a child.
Yeah, I get it, but also at the same time, Charlie going on his like massive big fuck around, I'm gonna have a big drug bender, fucked the end of the show for him because like it was so bad that they killed him off the show.
Well, I don't think that's an excuse for this. Like he's had problems, I get that, but he's made his money. He is a multi-millionaire.
Yeah, correct.
By
But then
this
also
point.
you're gonna come back and be like the heartwarming scene would have been great, but it's also just be like, hey, let's shoot him in. By the way, we're gonna pitch a new show now. Like that's what Charlie Sheen wanted out of this, was to pitch another show.
Oh, I get that, but also, how much of a dickhead you are saying, oh, you should come back and say you're a non-average person, you're a ninja warrior from Mars and drugs don't affect you, but everyone else should be like, how fucking childish is that?
Yeah, he's got fuck you money. He doesn't care.
I was gonna say that reads as very arrogant. It reminds me of like, it's like a little very different, mind you, but it's the same thing. 100%. What is it? For the longest time, the Nick logo was like, I think it was a splat, and then it was only when Dan Schneider was doing whatever on the scenes, it turned
put
to
the
a
foot.
foot. I'm 100% convinced that was just like a weird flex,
Yeah.
like a power, abuse of power.
But I mean, like,
Him and Tarantino have a group chat.
Probably.
no, because Dan Snyder, I think, got arrested. But no, how petty is that?
That show should have ended when they originally killed him off. There was no reason.
Yeah.
to
They
go
should
do
have.
it. Yeah.
Well, and that's the thing.
Didn't they have him appear in a coffin though? Or not him, but like a body that was like.
No, I think
like
that was
the
someone.
first episode of the new show was like they had Alan there saying goodbye to him. They had the mother make some comment
Because he's going
Jake
through
made
the
a com-
pockets looking for cash or something like
Yeah,
that.
and they had like a bunch of women there that Charlie had supposedly slept with, just being like, good riddance, blah, blah, blah. I'm sure like either that or I'm like misremembering a scene, like a dream sequence or something from
No,
Two and a
I
Half
think
Men,
I
the
think that
original
was
part.
in it. But I mean, like, you're right. They should have just
Stopped it.
stopped it. And Chuck Lorre could have, but he just went, no, I want more money.
Yeah.
I mean, the network probably wanted more because it made
Yeah.
them.
I think John
I
Cryer
think-
probably wanted more as well.
He had his money though.
Yeah.
Like he was made. He
Yeah,
made.
but
his buck ton.
Look,
If you got money, you could
it's
always get
very
more
much
money.
it was a show of the times. Like it hasn't aged particularly well.
No,
some
I
of it.
think it's the best out of Chuck Lorre's shows that he did.
I don't mind Two Broke Girls. That was entertaining,
No,
but
I
it,
think-
I
it
could
went
never
on
get
for
into that.
way too long.
Yeah.
I think a lot of these shows have gone on for way too long.
I
Like,
think-
Big Bang Theory should have stopped after season 2, 3.
So, I think it got better after it got rid of that. The first 2 or 3 seasons of that show are very, very cringe, and it gets a little bit less cringe, but like overall, it's still not. It's good to throw on.
Big Bang Theory is one of those shows where it's like, hey, there's very rarely there's like, oh, that's sort of funny, and
Most of
so
it is just
much
like,
of it is so misdirected, and it's like
yeah.
they're trying to. I mean, I get the idea. It's like, oh, look at these
Ha
nerdy
ha,
guys,
nerd words, the laugh
Yeah.
at thing. Yes.
but when they don't get any of hardly any of it right, and like
Yes.
it's just so it just doesn't fit. And I know the reason why that show blew up and is so popular because it's with the older crowd who it's like, oh yeah, that's what my son's like, or that's what my daughter's like. They're a little bit
Yeah.
weird and quirky, and I don't understand them, but like, oh, they're funny, ha ha ha. And it's the type of things like I'll show that to my parents, and they'll probably cackle. Oh, that's what you're like. It's like, I mean, I'm not, but okay.
I'm really, really not.
I don't know the movie that we saw the like trailer for, but do you remember when we saw Primate? There was that one trailer for a movie where it's like, oh, this lady that's always crushed on by a boss and then they crash into an island, and it's like, oh, she's actually
Yes.
survived. Like, and I'm like, this reads so like the only person who would love this film. Like, it could be great, but it reads as like, oh yeah, like I'm the small guy. Yeah, screw the big guy. We are important too. I'm like, this is so bad.
Yeah,
It's very interesting. It'll be an interesting movie because there's some decent. Could Rachel McAdams is in that or something? So I don't know if it's going to be either really, really good or just the worst thing that's ever been on the screen.
probably the worst thing. Just like the fucking Silent Hill movie that just came out that's getting review bombed like crazy.
0.6 on like Rotten Tomatoes or
Oh,
something.
God.
Just before we completely forget 2.5 Men, the only other thing I remember from that is when they did the swap over episode with CSI. The writers from CSI came and wrote an episode for 2.5 Men, and I assume Chuck Lorre and someone else went and wrote an episode for CSI.
I haven't heard of CSI in probably about
didn't-
5 or 6
Didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah,
Were they good episodes?
it was passable. Like the 2.5 Men one was just a big parody of CSI at the time. Like all the close up microscope shots of like just completely random things, particularly of Jake just eating stuff and dropping stuff on his shirt all the time. Don't. I saw where your eyes were going then.
Brock doesn't drop food on his shirt.
He's got his bib on. He's one of those ones with a big cup in it. So he goes, give me a second. Got to go to the camera.
The CSI episode from like it was not really a takeoff of 2.5 Men of the writers or anything. It was just about like, hey, we had a bunch of comedy guys and they killed someone, and it was CSI. It was just another episode.
I didn't think I watched any CSI. I definitely remember the theme song. But I feel NCIS was definitely a lot better of a show quality wise.
Yeah, early on it was. I feel like a lot of those TV shows, all crime dramas eventually get to a point where it just becomes silly.
Yeah, well, I think they did like 17 seasons or something.
Yeah.
And now the guy in it and the chick in it, who I thought that chick died, but apparently it's someone else. They've got their own standalone show now set in Australia or something like that.
Yeah, no, I was gonna say I think NCIS is now up to like 22 or something. Someone
Given the Jag effect, that show had so many seasons.
Well, wasn't it a spin-off of Jag?
Yes, I think it was.
No, so the NCIS one is it's a different different people in Australia. I watched like the first episode because I love Australian crime stuff, like crime shows. They've always
Underbelly
been,
was goated.
yeah, they're always really good, but also shit at the same time. And it was good enough, but it was just nothing that I'm going to be too enthused to watch every week.
Yeah.
But no, Underbelly was goated. I think
Yeah,
we've
no, it
talked
was.
about that before.
We have, yeah.
I just remember my mum always watching Water Rats, which that goes back a
Oh,
fair-
I remember that.
Yeah.
Hell, I forget about that show.
Sydney Water Police, the Water Rats.
Oh god. No,
Rich man on boat drop champagne overboard. That's a fine. Oh god.
No, it's a hard life. Yeah, no, but I mean, like, I will say you don't see many like big sitcom style shows being made anymore because it's just no one's watching TV anymore.
It's been just completely
only ones I know of,
oversaturated,
the
yeah.
only current like newest sitcom that's on free to air, I guess, type television, and it's in America, is the spin-off of a spin-off of Big Bang Theory, which is what, Georgie and Mandy's
George
first
and Mandy.
marriage or something.
I thought
Yeah.
that one had finished as well.
No, that
new
was
season.
Young Sheldon finished, and then they put Georgie and Mandy's first marriage or something. I saw a post the other saying being greenlit for a third season.
they're really milking
geez,
it.
okay.
That's crazy.
See, but I watched like a couple episodes. It's actually not terrible because I think they've worked out all the shit stuff. Again, it's not needed after Young Sheldon. There didn't need to be a
Young Sheldon wasn't needed. Fucking Big Bang Theory wasn't needed.
Yeah.
Just printing money.
It is.
No.
Like it really is.
Shout out my goat, The Rookie.
The Rookie is honestly, The Rookie is probably one of the better shows, and I feel like that show's good, but Nathan Fillion is the reason
Correct,
that show
yes.
is
Yeah.
very good.
Same
Well-
reason why Castle did so well.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Legitimately, Nathan Fillion is. I'm glad he's finally getting his time to shine in the last few years.
Back as Green Lantern too and Superman.
Yep.
That was good. Not the Superman I want, the Green Lantern I wanted, but I mean,
Oh, he's
I
still
think he
good.
does really,
he
really
does.
well.
But
as,
also, I'm just picturing like the DCAU, like Green Lantern of him as Hal Jordan is always good. Well, there was another show I saw recently also did like a big crossover. It's like that really shit like fire show, like fire brigade show and cop show and all that in the States?
It's Chicago, all the Chicago
Chicago
shows.
Fire.
Chicago Fire,
No,
Chicago
see, I don't
PD.
think it's Chicago Fire because that one looks half decent. There's another one that's
They're
there's-
not.
but it's whatever one's got Angela Bassett in it. She
I
gets
don't
sent to
remember.
space for a whole season, and she's doing all the cop stuff in space.
There was that
That
fucking
sounds
show.
so dumb.
What was it?
Yeah.
I keep
That
seeing.
sounds so dumb.
This happened last year, but there was that show. It was one of the like 911 rescue shows or whatever, and
That's
they're
the
like,
one.
"Oh, this is like my parents' end game," and it's like there's a fucking meteor storm.
That's the same. That's the same.
I've got to
thing.
find this.
Yeah, it's like 911. There's like Lone Star, and then there's all of those shows that she's in. That's where I was getting to. Yeah, they have the big meteor storm.
Meteor trailer. We got to watch this. I don't know if we'll get. It's a trailer, so hopefully we don't get in trouble. But everyone's like, "Oh, this is like my parents' end game."
I feel like ABC shows are either really good or really shit.
I'm gonna have to turn this down because it's copyright music. They're like,
The heck is that?
"Oh shit, we got to get." It's like, what is this trailer?
Everybody, take cover!
Like,
118, brace for impact.
hang on,
Brace where?
hang on. I don't. It's just all of those shows together trying to fight this thing.
They're all trying to fight. Was it like a space station blows up or something?
I have no idea, but I know in the season before that, Angela Bassett is trapped in space on like the space station, and she's coordinating because she's like the lead cop or whatever in that thing, or the fire, like the ambulance worker. She's in space. That's the whole show, is her in space for that season. I don't know if they showed the other stuff, but yeah, that was their plot for. It's like, yeah, let's send her up there.
Oh, you know what? Are you watching Fallout?
Yeah.
Are you up to date?
Yep.
Okay, I'm not up to the most recent episode. Are you?
Yep.
Okay, are you up to the most recent episode?
Episode 6.
No idea.
Well, I'm
Is
Did
that
you,
your
watch,
most
did you
recent?
watch last week's episode?
yes.
Then
Okay,
you're up
so
to date.
I'm not up to date. I'm up to the one before that. Did we want to talk about the things that, because we talked about Fallout a little bit a few weeks ago.
I'm happy to talk about it.
Yep.
Before we get too far into it, though, do we want to very, very quickly give our thought on the other Fallout TV thing that was announced as well?
I don't know what that is.
They're bringing a Fallout reality elimination show.
I did hear about this.
Oh, the Vault
Yeah.
one?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yep.
Is Mr. Beast running it?
So you
I hope he's not involved
explain
in
what
any
this
manner.
is real quick, because I've only
So
heard a
from
little
what's
bit.
been announced so far, some of this I could be wrong on because I've seen conflicting stuff. It's some sort of think Big Brother style reality TV show where we're taking a bunch of people, putting them in vault suits, and then they're getting stuck in a room or some sort of bunker or something. And every week someone's being evicted from the vault.
And it's basically you just got to stay in there as long as you can.
I don't know.
So
They haven't given any other details.
The only
on-
reason I heard about this is currently, I've talked about Mega 64 before, their comedy trip they really like. Last year, they started this thing called The Room. They've, for the last like 15 years, they've always done a Martin Luther King stream, and they'll just put random shit up and just stream all month. Last year, they did this thing called The Room, where basically one of the main guys, Rocco, they put him in a room, and every time you sub on Twitch, it adds another 10 minutes to him being in the room. So eventually it got so popular, he was stuck in this room for 7 days, and they would just like put random people in there and do all this shit and like basically torture him. Did it again this year, and a lot of people like, hey, it seems like they might have seen this and gotten ideas for this show.
Yeah.
Because it's like he's just stuck in this room, and that's the other thing is you can go on and you can donate like Twitch bits and subs, and it'll just blast sounds at him, and it'll put shit up on. I'll see if I can quickly get it
Yeah,
up.
I expect they're going to do similar, where it's like, again,
Makes
a lot
it
of
very
this stuff has been done previously on other reality TV and big
I wonder if they're going to do any of the Vault experiments in the TV show, in the
That's
reality show.
we're gonna fill the air with psychotropics and see
Yeah.
what happens to you.
So we've got like 1,000 people watching this at the moment. I mean, this fucking ad when it ends will be nice. But essentially, you'll probably see it. You can donate, you can put X amount in, and it'll just play sound effects, videos, things like that. He very quickly gets over it. Like last year, one of the
don't
big
blame
things
him.
last year is they kept playing all these different Hawk Tour clips. and it's like her on podcasts and shit. And I tuned in yesterday. They've put a clip up where it's like this. It's at a Irish. Look, he's just sitting there. It was like an Irish fucking wedding, and it's them doing like some fucking song, and it goes for like 2 minutes, and they just kept playing it for like 40 minutes straight, and he just wanted to neck himself.
What's that dog doing?
I mean, like, there's shit like that. He just turns it off, but like they will just keep blasting the same shit over. And I saw a lot of people like when this thing got announced for Fallout, drawing parallels between it.
Yeah, because they're gonna do things where it's like, okay, Vault Dwellers, you got to deal with a rad roach infestation, or like they obviously they're all going to be themed around Fallout. At least you would hope so. But
well, that's what they've sort of done with this, is where they're like, okay, last year they like, okay, he hates Deadpool. He hates just like all that sort of stuff. So they brought a Deadpool impersonator in and left him in the room with him for an hour, and he wanted to end it all. And then they also are blasting clips from Joker 2.
Still haven't seen Joker 2.
Apparently it is terrible.
Yeah, I mean,
Very,
like, they got
very,
really
very-
lucky with the first one.
Yeah.
They got really lucky, and it should have just been like an Elseworlds thing, just leave it as its own movie and just leave it there. And then they brought Lady Gaga into it.
Yeah,
I'm
and they
amazed
turned-
if it was that bad. That I'm amazed that he agreed to do it for a second year.
Well, I mean, he's been doing
Probably
this for
getting-
years.
And
And
then
then
it also says 1 sub equals 1 minute now.
so
instead of
they've
10
changed
minutes.
it. Yeah. So when I first saw him the first night, he did it. They started at 12 at night, and then he went to sleep a few hours later. When I woke up the next day, because he was sleeping, it's just, this is great to have on the background. I woke up and it was 182 hours or something that he had to do, which is like a week.
I was gonna say this is giving like single player fish tank when that was a thing.
It's very similar to Fish Tank in a lot of ways, without being too unhinged, but also like it's just all him and just mentally dying. And there'll be things where it's like, oh yeah, if you donate X amount of things, there's a ball pit behind him. He's just got to sit in the ball pit for an hour. They had a jail last year.
Okay.
But at the same time, it's pretty late in America, so nothing's
Yeah.
going on. But when you
Can we
tune
do this
in,
with Brock?
oh yeah, the Brock.
Fuck this. Turn this off. I'm already annoyed. But no, on the Fallout TV show, the actual series, yeah, I've now watched all the way up to the latest episode. I definitely have thoughts on it. Most of my thoughts are going to be criticisms, pretty much exclusively about the way that they have written or portrayed the Brotherhood of Steel. There's some other little bits where I'm just like, why on earth is that there?
So
This makes no sense.
quickly,
but-
my biggest gripe, and you sort of agreed, but you hadn't really played New Vegas at the time. You've played New Vegas, Jacob? Yep. So you would probably agree as well. With the new season of Fallout, it really seems like they are just shitting on every single faction that was in New Vegas and making them seem nowhere near as important, and sort of just shitting on that entire game.
Yep.
And it, like, the Legion is a joke now. I mean, unless something's happened in this new episode that I haven't watched, they're not a thing. They're like that. They're done.
We've definitely seen some Legion members still moving about, but they're not with the Legion. I won't spoil why.
Or just don't say anything.
Yeah, no way bothered talking about it. Just leave it.
Yeah. Good job.
Well, I mean, they're like, it means that there's still Legion members wandering around.
Bro, just leave it. Okay. But you know what I mean? They've made it look
Yeah.
stupid. They've basically destroyed the NCR as well.
Which is rough. They're like the go-to
Yep.
in New Vegas. So
There's just so many things. It just seems like, why did you do this? And you're right. With the Brotherhood of Steel, they've made them seem like idiots and clowns.
Yep.
And they've always been, like, they might have different points of view and things like that, but they've always been somewhat put together in the games.
different chapters. Like the original games always had the Brotherhood of Steel as being like, yeah, they're all like they were born out of the American military, like sort of denouncing the government and then breaking everything down so that they could not be beholden to any politician that came by and like tried to order them around or anything like that. But all the individual chapters were still just like, yeah, we're going to focus on this one thing. We're going to head over this way to this part of the country. We're still going to stay in touch and like share stuff back and forth and knowledge and everything. The way that they're portraying this particular chapter in the TV show, like one, they've got their like, and they make a claim in the actual show where they've got, what's his name? Harkness or whatever. Pop in and he's just like, you've got a lot of clerics here. Like, why are they running the show? And it was just like, yeah, good question. Please answer that. Why have you written it so that the clerics are like running everything? Big thing for me, they make this claim like when they have all the other chapters, like they have one come from, I think the Grand Canyon or something. They have another one come through from somewhere else. And they're like, the elder there at the time is talking about like, without saying it, he's like, indicating that he wants to start a civil war and like split the Brotherhood away from the Commonwealth. One of the other elders there makes a big claim like, oh, this is against the Codex. Like, like
you can't fight each other. Type of thing,
can't fight each other. Violence against another brother is forbidden, or whatever the words they say are. The next scene that they show is the elders at a table watching a big ring of the squires and everything punch the shit out of each other.
Yeah, and then literally...
And then they get Maximus to come in.
And he kills another guy.
And a guy pulls a knife on him and it's like, oh, okay,
and they're like, yeah, kill him. Type of deal,
and it's like, so violence is absolutely fine? Like, you've going against the thing you literally just spoke of in like the last minute? Like, why?
To me, it felt like very shoehorny because it like I feel like they're trying to do a thing with like the Fallout 3 Brotherhood of Steel because everyone forgets that like, oh, they're super peace loving and friendly, but that's only them.
Yeah, they were the outliers.
Yeah. And I think they're trying to push heavy for that direction, maybe for a new season thing, but it reads very like, and isn't this meant to be like this season meant to be like a precursor to New Vegas and everything? So it also
after.
No,
it
is set after.
It's well and truly after.
I was gonna say that makes even less sense that they would be like, oh, let all the factions be like weaker in comparison when New Vegas is meant to be the deciding.
It's very strange choices. I think the show itself isn't bad, but it just sucks that this is like they're very much pushing the new Fallout show as this is the law. This is where we're going. This is the next step. It's like this is the in between. It's not a side thing. It is a main piece of law, and it's like, oh fuck, you've sort of fucked it. You've fucked it in a way just to make it more accessible or a bit more exciting for these newer fans that haven't played the games. And now you're sort of spitting in the face of the people who've been playing it since 97 or whatever. Yeah. It sucks a bit. I mean, like, it's still good, but like...
I really enjoyed the latest episode.
Yeah.
It was very, very entertaining.
Yeah.
I'm thoroughly enjoying it, but it is disappointing to see stuff that like, I have very set memories of this and you're kind of shitting all over it.
Yeah.
Like
it makes me think, why not do like almost the same thing as the like Resident Evil movies, right? Like they're good, but why not do the same thing
they're
where it's
set
like
in their entirely own sort of universe?
Close enough, but not like, this is canon.
Yeah, it's sort of like, oh, let's go over to this island and do something here where it's not as important, but it's still a cool story type of thing. Yeah. Like Leon going upstairs on a motorbike or whatever the fuck he did in that movie. And then, that's one of my favorite fight scenes is in that fucking Resident Evil live action movie, and it's Leon versus a guy, and they're shooting each other like all around the floor and doing like kung fu around each other. It's so stupid. It's one of those things where it's just shooting, but they're going trying to shoot at each other's feet. It's just dumb. Oh well.
There's a place for those movies. They're always entertaining.
Not the live action. This is the animated ones.
Oh,
the animated ones I like.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. The live action ones I never really got into. They was very stupid. I remember a stunt woman lost her arm or leg or something. Mila Jovovich's stunt person's lost an arm or leg.
The last one. Yeah, lost her arm.
Yeah.
I did not know about this. That's crazy.
Poor lady. Imagine losing it for that movie.
Yeah.
Imagine the guy with the Hangover 3. Was it the third one? Yeah, maybe it was the third one. I remember seeing it on 60 Minutes years ago. The guy when they're pulling the monkey off the side of the cab, and the car that is because this car's going down the street. They're trying to get the monkey out of the wheel well and get him in the car. The car at the end of the street that's coming the opposite direction was already meant to be on the street. It was still turning the corner. The car clipped it, and the guy lost. I'm pretty sure hit his head or something on the other car and was like a massive paraplegic, or he died or something like that. And they left the scene in the movie because it was the only cut they had because the stunt driver.
The worst version is the Twilight Zone.
Oh, I was about to say Triple X.
No, Twilight Zone's way worse. where
we have talked about this one, but
Twilight
yeah,
Zone movie in the 80s where I forget who it is. At the end of a movie, at the end of one of the sequences in it, there's a guy holding two like Vietnamese children. I think he got teleported into Vietnam or something. A helicopter crashes on a building. It actually crashed and it decapitated him and the two children.
Jesus.
Killed 3 people.
Jesus.
One of the end scenes of the original Triple X movie where they've got supposedly Vin Diesel, but it's his stunt double, sliding down on the rope to like land on the hovercraft ski thing with the missiles in it. And it like he's going under a bridge, and so he's got to speed up to try and hit the thing before it goes under the bridge. The shot they have has him, like, it's from this side of the bridge, with him approaching from the other side, and you see the person sliding down, and they cut just before he, like, reaches the bridge. The reason for that is that the stunt double hit the bridge and died instantly.
Why are you laughing, bro?
I'm not. It's just horrible.
Yeah, literally laughing.
Because otherwise, I've got no other emotion for it. Like,
poor man.
It's actually
I'm not gonna
hilarious.
start crying on air.
I mean, there's also like what is it in like Scream where Shaggy Matthew where he gets he gets stabbed because it's meant to be the scene where he's like faked getting stabbed, but the vest fails and he actually gets stabbed. So him in that scene in the movie, if you watch it back, is him going, "Why'd you do that, man?" Is his actual reaction to getting stabbed.
Fucking hell.
They just left it in.
Oh, God, that's how you get the best takes. Was there anything else we want to talk about? You got Star Wars, Kathleen Kennedy stuff on there.
No,
What's that about?
She finally has been removed from the head of Lucasfilm.
I did hear that. I didn't hear that. I saw lots of people online being like, I love Dave Filoni, but please don't put him in charge of Star Wars.
Yeah, I think you should give it to, what's the other guy, Jon Favreau?
Honestly, yeah.
I mean,
Or
him
George
and
Lucas.
Filoni, or George Lucas, yeah. He's out. Yeah, but she's finally been like removed as the head of Lucasfilm. I think that's what her role was, at least anyway. And she's being replaced. There's a lot of talk online that she technically resigned, but I'm pretty sure she was removed because she's made no good decision in the last 10 years or however long it's been since she's been in charge. Mm-hmm. And it is conveniently timed with the news of her officially getting resigned and the new Darth Maul Clone Wars show coming out.
Yep.
And people are like, hey, how do we win favor back? Let's bring out a fan favorite that hasn't really had enough attention. Here's Darth Maul.
I'm going to be completely honest. I think Darth Maul's had plenty of attention.
Yeah.
He's in like fucking 4 of these shows. He's in a movie.
Yeah, but like he's not in, I think somebody did the total count. There's not a lot of minutes of him on screen at all. He's big, like elusive, this is the threat. And he comes on, kills it for 45 seconds, then he's off. This show is going to be him between, I think it's the end of like obviously season 7 and before you see him in Rebels, or in between Rebels and...
Because there's still a lot of like time where you've shown him in this era, this era. So he's still shown a lot.
I think it's to tie in between like episode 3 and whenever Rebels kicks off.
Okay, yeah.
So the trailer looked really, really good, but I mean the Clone Wars has been fantastic forever.
However, I feel like we are getting a lot of Darth Maul, even though you say it's like it's always Darth Maul and Tatooine. Those two things we just get so much of, and it's like, fuck's sake, give me something else.
Yeah,
honestly. Ryan Gosling's got his Starfighter movie or whatever's coming out, where he meets up with a kid and he's got to do something and get the kid whatever. It's meant to be like an arty sort of Star Wars movie. I don't know how that'll go. Taika Waititi still got his Star Wars movie too, which is apparently meant to be something we've never seen.
I won't lie, Star Wars, I'm getting massive Star Wars fatigue.
Yeah.
There's been too much in the last 10, 15 years, and it's very rare that it's like, this hits hard. Yeah. And it's cool, and I know there's Star Wars fans that have been loving it, but like just in general, those 3 movies that they brought out, all the main ones, they were just a miss.
I went back the Old Republic, and I would be
honestly
back into it.
Yeah, like legitimately. Like stuff that, like more Coruscant type of stuff I like in fucking Obi-Wan and shit like that when they were showing that was cool. I really liked that.
There were some really nice, like good parts of Obi-Wan, and then there was like that scene with him chasing Leia through the forest or whatever it is, that there was like, okay.
Yeah,
cool,
Flea
like,
chasing Leia.
Yeah, it's like, okay, that's needed, of course. But like you had like the stuff with like the flashback into Clone Wars with I think that was in that with in the Clone Wars armor.
Yeah.
That was cool, and like all the training stuff and like the Vader fight at the end of that was really good.
Yep. The Vader fight was really good.
But I don't know how you set up a brand new trilogy for the next future of Star Wars and don't have any of the 3 big time directors have a cohesive story. Like I don't know how that's
very stupid.
I just don't know how that's not
very
the number one plan on the table.
I don't know.
Thanks, Ryan Johnson.
Yeah, well, I think Ryan Johnson probably got like a bit of a shit hand there.
Oh, they had a plan for the first movie that was meant to be second and third, and then they were like, we're going to do 3 separate directors now, because I think J.J. Abrams was meant to do all of them.
Yeah.
And then they're like, we'll bring someone else in, and then J.J. Abrams came back to do the third one, because it was that.
Do we think J.J. Abrams is a little bit overrated?
Oh, absolutely.
Well, so he's got, his big things was, he did Lost as well, didn't he? He did Lost, which was good, and there's parts that's a bit shit, but like overall people really like Lost.
Star Trek.
Yeah,
Star Trek.
They were good. A lot of lens flare.
Yep. Star Wars. Didn't he do Cloverfield?
I think he did the first one. I don't know if he did the.
No, I don't think he did the second one. No, you get off. I'll do it.
Okay.
Abrams. Yeah. Well. So I've got Star Wars, Star Trek, Super 8, Star Trek, Mission Impossible 3. I didn't know that. He might have just been a producer or something for that. But like I feel like he's one of those directors like people know him but don't really know his movies.
They just know the name like, oh, he did such and such, and that's all they remember.
Cape Crusader, executive producer.
Yeah, and stuff like that. Boy, the Mole, the Fox, and the Horse.
Oh, did Westworld.
No, executive as well.
Oh, okay.
Is there anything that just actually says, oh, that's just producer? What's his fucking actual directing credits? Oh, I don't know. But no, I don't feel
Not
like
a lot, it seems like.
I don't think he's actually done much.
Oh, there
yet.
you go. Directed. There's just those.
Is that it?
5.
That's literally
6.
it.
Huh.
Oh, okay.
That's rough.
Yeah, let me do TV shows and film. Okay, he's done way more TV shows. Fucking hell. Yeah, no.
No, they're what to watch. They're not his movie.
Oh, there we go. Oh, there is a bit there, but like I can't see much. Armageddon. He didn't do Armageddon. What the fuck? I don't know. I'm over it.
Yeah.
But no, I think J.J. Abrams has always been very overrated.
I reckon they should have just continued with the Star Trek films. They were fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's one of the only things that sort of got your layman into Star Trek.
Yeah.
Like I've heard that like Next Generation and stuff like that is a really good show. I've never had any want to watch those.
I only wanted to watch those movies because it's like, hey, this is a cool new space thing. By the way, it's also Star Trek. It's like, okay, cool. It's
Star Trek's always been that thing where it's like, yeah, you really need to be like, you're a nerd to watch that.
Yeah.
You are. There's nothing wrong with watching it at all, but it's always had that gateway. It's like your layman doesn't just jump on and watch that. Very similar to Doctor Who.
Yeah. I would
there's
say
nothing
I
wrong
think
with
Doctor Who's
Who.
a little bit easier to get into.
This is very, very
'Cause
British.
Yes,
it is very British.
Yeah.
Did you ever watch Stargate?
No,
I watched the
same.
movie. That was it.
No, I remember some of the Stargate shows came to, I think it was 9 or Go or something like that. There was one in particular that was like just peak, and I don't remember what it was called or whatever. They only had 1 season.
I was gonna say, was it Stargate New Generation?
No, I don't know.
It's a Star Trek one. Atlantis, I remember being a Stargate.
I was gonna
thing, but
say-
I don't remember what any of the others.
I only remember.
Oh, SG-1 or something was.
I think
Yeah, because there was the movie, the show, which was just Stargate, and then they did like a further one, and then all the spin-offs happened, which was like Atlantis.
I just remember SG-1 being a thing and
what I was
Stargate
thinking
Atlantis. They're the only names I remember other than just Stargate. The
I'm
movie.
having a look now
Which-
because I don't know what it was, but
I was gonna say I wouldn't mind if they actually did like a remake of the original Stargate, because the original Stargate movie in of itself was like a really cool premise where it's like,
Yes.
ancient gate on Earth and aliens show up and it's we're a slave race and Martians.
Have we
rule.
gone back in time, or have we actually gone to a different planet? Or
Yeah, it was very cool. And it only got a little bit, like, some people really liked it, but it was like a bit like Star Trek where it got convoluted, where it's like, okay, now we shoot to this random planet and here are the glebe globs and that. Wow, that's so cool.
The Glibblobs, Lisblobs, and
Yeah.
things
Stargate
like that. Yeah.
Universe was the one I had watched with Robert Carlyle. That was
Okay.
There's only 1 season though.
There's a lot of big shows like that where it's like never had any interest in, and like I don't know, it seems not like they're bad at all, but it's like I don't know anyone who really ever watched them.
Yeah, Farscape was another one. I watched Farscape. I liked it, but it definitely seemed like there was a whole sort of community out there that liked it and like talked it up. And I was just like, I mean, it was good. But
I was going to say, to bring it back to like gaming, do you remember, what is it? There was a game called Defiance and they had like a whole show on it.
Yeah, the actual MMO was supposed to tie into the game somehow and like
I remember that.
help direct it or
It
something.
didn't last very long at
No,
all.
I remember playing the game and it was fairly all right. And then watching the show and going, this is like the sci-fi slop. This is crazy how bad this is.
Yeah, it was very much like a sci-fi original show type of deal. Yeah, no, it was not very good at all. I do remember that actually. That game, it's not similar at all, but it gives me very much like reminiscence to like Homefront.
Yeah, no, it was like that.
Like,
I never played it, but all the screenshots I saw for it made me think of Borderlands.
Homefront.
No, Defiance.
Oh yeah, wasn't it a third person?
Yeah, and it in a way it was because it was all about getting the what is it, the arc falls, which are like big special spaceship, and then parts would drop off, and there'd be good loot in it, and that's where it was like kind of good, and it had that like Borderlands. What is it? The line like another day, another arc fall, or whatever it is. But it's it was. You watch the show, you're like, this has nothing to do with the game. That's crazy
At all. Yeah, nah. That was when they were trying out some weird things with gaming. Definitely, there was definitely a lot of weird. I was about to say like crossover type of trying to inject mainline media into it. That was one.
They were experimenting with a lot of stuff.
Honestly, I forgot about that game.
Well, it's the same. What is it? Furiosa. You get what is it? Scrotus.
Yeah, Scrotus.
That was pretty cool.
Yeah. I really wish I played that Mad Max game when it came out.
Yeah, no, that was, I feel like the Mad Max game that came, it was like 2015, 2016. It just went under the radar. Yeah. It just didn't get the
I never
love.
heard a like particularly bad word against it, but
no,
yeah,
I never did
like,
either. Apparently, it was really good for
Brandon
what it was.
Plays it consistently. Like, there's obviously they've turned the servers off now, so you can't get the one online trophy it had. But like, he plays that game all the time. It's just good. You jump in and you just go do what you need to do, and combat's fun. And
like, that's what I mean. Is when like the Furiosa movie dropped, they had like, what is it? There was Dementus. There was Rictus. Who was like the big guy in the first movie. You're like, oh yeah, I know this guy. And then they're like, oh, by the way, he has a brother called Scrotus. And everyone for the most part was like, who the hell is that? And that's because it was like a tie-in to the game. It was the main big bad.
Ah, okay, that's cool.
Yeah, so everyone was just like, who is this guy? And you wouldn't, and it doesn't help where he's normal in the game for like 2 seconds and then he gets a chainsaw like shoved into his head. So then the rest of the game you see a chainsaw in his head. And in the movie he's completely fine.
Oh, the OG Chainsaw Man.
literally.
Yeah. Oh, God.
Jinx, you owe me Coke.
Was there anything else that you guys wanted to
I would
mention?
like to just quickly end with a fuck Capcom thing, the Monster Hunter Wilds thing.
Okay.
Floor's yours,
Go
Broccoli.
ahead.
So I saw a thing just recently about a lot of players have been finding that Monster Hunter Wilds, I don't know if, Jacob, you play it, you may have found this. Do you play it on console or do you play it on PC?
PC.
Have you found that like it has weird performance dips in like strange places?
Yeah, in some areas it does get a little bit weird, even graphically wise. It's weird. A lot of console players, or I know a lot of people that are like, oh, the game randomly crashes and it freezes and all this. I've never had that. I have had like texture issues and things like that though.
So it's come to light recently. I mean, I've found out recently at the least, but it apparently turns out that one of the reasons for that is that the game is doing constant DRM checks rather than just running like, hey, what DLC do you own? Here's the content for it. Rather than checking that just when you first boot the game, it goes through and checks it constantly while you're playing. So there's a constant stream of like uplink data back and forth between the Capcom servers. They've found that the more DLC you actually buy and own, the less of those checks it does, leading to an actual improvement in performance.
Yeah,
the more DLC you actually own.
I did
I
something
did
about
hear
this.
that if you buy the like Ultimate Edition or something, it helps the frame rate or whatnot.
Because someone went through and wrote it's some little bit of code that just basically turns that off. And yeah, they said like the performance for it is like a massive improvement for the frame rate.
Ah.
I know you don't care that much, but I thought it was just interesting, like just showing how that Capcom is just as inept as Ubisoft.
Yeah, it's a money-making wheel. That's all it is. Quickly, I just was going through my photos looking for something, and I found it. That new medieval indie game RPG thing that's coming out, Knight's Path. is getting a lot of comments online because they've announced, hey, this is what our female love interest is going to look like in the game. Just a typical blonde hair, blue-eyed woman. Someone commented and said, hey, is there going to be any LGBTQ plus representation in the game?
Oh, yeah.
And they said, we care about fun, not modern agendas, and that was all they said. So they're getting review bombed all fuck online and on Steam, even though the game's not out yet because it's not adhering to all the...
If they hadn't said that, I wouldn't have heard of this game. That was the only thing that was the first thing I'd heard of that game was people commenting on that tweet.
And guess what? There's a lot more pre-orders for it now. And they've been donating to their whatever it is, Patreon or whatever, to support the game and do this and all the rest of it. People are going ham with it.
It's one of, I mean, I don't want to get too much into it, but it's one of those things. If you make a stand on either side, you're going to get a lot of hate, but you're also going to get a lot of support.
I was going to say, you're going to get people that'll back
not
you.
wrong.
It wasn't like they said anything bad. They just go, we care about fun. Like that modern agendas. That's all they left
Which is true. It's one of those things. It's like, hey,
they could have worded it differently.
Yeah, they
could have
definitely
just
could
said
have.
that's not our focus at this
it's one
time.
of those things. It's like our priorities are just making this game fun. You're right, but I mean, you're still going to get hate. You just will.
Yes.
If you even comment on it, you will.
They've been pretty proactive on the Twitter now, going through and replying to people like, oh, you're just, because obviously now, because it's a medieval RPG game, the first response is you're just copying
Kingdom Come.
Kingdom Come. And they're like, oh, we're just pulling ideas from that same era because, it lasted X amount of time. There's a lot of cool stuff. This is what we're choosing to do. And they're like, okay. And then they're just replying to every comment with a decent stance on every bad comment, I should say. Just defending themselves, being like, no, we're doing this for fun. We're going to do it how we want to do it. We're a small studio. Let's make a game.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's it.
Was there anything else? I feel like there was something else we had to talk about. We're going to turn it off and there'll be something crazy. It's like, oh my God, how did we not talk about the new Sonic?
Tier list of every racing game ever.
Let's go.
Oh, we got Jacob on just for that.
Actually, one thing I do want to quickly say about Fable is that, so they announced Fable a few years ago, and when they had the first trailer, they had it as a female character.
Mm-hmm.
Did see this too.
Yeah, and apparently it didn't get very good response.
Having just a female character
Yes.
shown.
No,
Yeah.
well, apparently they also looked really goofy, which was fair. In a lot of the cutscenes, it looked very what was it, Andromeda?
Yes, very much Mass Effect Andromeda vibes. Since then, they have announced, oh yeah, it's a customizable character. You can do all this stuff. A lot of people are going back and they're like, it looks like they've realized, fuck, people don't like this character that we've made. Let's just make it a custom one.
Well,
and they've gone
why
back
would,
in.
Why would they
post-
not do that in the first place? Why would they not have it? You can choose to be male or female or whatever. You can customize the character. How do you look like? Why would they not do that in the first place?
A lot of companies, why would they do a lot of things?
Oh, true. Yeah, you're not
Yeah,
wrong.
that's the thing. There's.
Are you body type A or body type B? There is no genders. It's just going to be this or that.
Yeah.
Look, as a not non-threatening. What's the word I'm thinking of? As a
What the
combative?
fuck? Non-threatening. What the
non-combative,
fuck?
Yeah. I couldn't think
surrender.
of the word. Yeah, as being a neutral party thing of not wanting hey, our studio doesn't want to comment on any of this. I can see why they just go with that. Just be like, yep, here it is. You're either type A or you're type B. That in and of itself is a comment on
It's
it.
still
entirely,
a stance. That's the problem. From either end, you're going to get people
as
not
you said,
happy.
it doesn't matter which way you go.
Doesn't matter.
You're going to piss one side off, and the other side's going to flock to you.
You
in
could make a
droves.
game, and there's 2 downloads, and it's like this one will tick every box you want, and this one will tick every box that these people want. People are going to get angry because there's an option for the other people, and vice versa.
Well,
you
that
will
also,
never win.
That all being said, you said 2 episodes ago. I'm struggling at the moment, Ben. I'm so sorry.
Just you, Ben.
Yeah.
He's the one who locked eyes with me.
And watching your
You
hand
commented not last week, the week before, the bean soup theory
Yep.
about how
Yep.
you might not be making this content for this group of people over here. It is exclusively for these ones here.
What?
I don't know what you're miming at.
Watch
me.
the camera with
Yeah,
your
I
god.
didn't touch the camera. You're making this content for this select group of people.
Yep.
Everyone who it's not for then comments in and oh, you need to make it for everyone else. It's like, I'm not making it for them. I'm making it just for these people here.
Yeah, and
Like,
people will
it's-
complain.
Yeah.
They
I mean,
will. You always will.
Even with the Fable thing, kind of low key, I just looked at it originally and was like, oh, sick. Character customization, that's goated. And
Yeah.
I mean, I guess it probably does have that tie that people didn't like the characters, but at the end of the day, it's like, well, I now get to
yeah, you
customize my
just
character.
get,
And,
you just get a new feature.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, the people will find a negative in anything. Like you can show them a ball and be like, "That's not a ball." It's like, okay, well, it is a ball. It's like, no, it's not. What if it identifies as something else? That's fine.
Well, that's a photo.
Yeah,
That's
exactly
not
right.
a ball. It's a photo of a ball. No, you can't win.
There's no shadow. That's AI.
Oh, bro, I am sick of people just accusing everything of being AI. It's like, no, sorry, I'm just that goated. I'm just that good at drawing.
Yeah, literally.
Did you see the comic artists that had to defend all their artwork recently?
No.
And they like were releasing all this stuff like, here's me hand painting everything from scratch. Here's all my early concept art. Here's all the other
Sora's
stuff.
pretty good, bro. I don't know what you're talking about.
We've been going for a while, but I need to talk about this. We were going to talk about this last week, but we didn't. The term tourist.
We did
So-
have it down, yes.
Yeah. So have you heard the term tourist thrown out a bit?
no.
So
I mean,
I'm
I'm gonna-
surprised you haven't. So people are using tourist as like basically as just an attack to people. Like, you don't know what you're talking about. You're fake fan, but you're LARPing essentially. You're LARPing in this
Yeah, I
thing.
assumed this is where this was going to go.
I've been
Yeah.
seeing a lot of it online saying that people are tourists about things and then completely being wrong and then like, nah, not good enough. You're not enough of a fan. Like extreme gatekeeping
Yep.
on this stuff. Like I kept seeing it on Yakuza. I saw some people online calling out people with Yakuza. Like they're like, oh, I like this new game, but it wasn't good enough for this thing. And I was like, you're a tourist. You've got no clue. And they're like, I've beaten all the games and platinumed them. And they're like, show me a screenshot of you platinuming every single game or else it's not good enough. And they'll show a screenshot and be like, it'll be 100% trophies and then it'll be like one game, it's 99%. You didn't get not 100% on that. You're a tourist. You don't know what you're talking about. Like people going insane. It's like, what level of cope do you have that
Yeah.
is your world, that they need to have touched every single facet of something to have any opinion about it?
You like Metallica? Name every Metallica song ever
Yeah.
and sing it to me right now.
Right now. Play it on guitar or else you're not a Roo fan. You don't know how that's played. Oh, I played it on bass, played it on blah, blah. It's like, what the fuck? Like people are really getting into like, it's going, I feel like it's going back in time where people are getting really like exclusive with their hobbies and things like that. It's like, no, you can't like this. Only I like this.
You're not playing it the way.
Yeah, you're not playing the way I like to
it.
play it. Yeah. You see that a lot on stream. On streams, I think I saw Moist Critical had a big thing a while ago. He was playing Slay the Spire and he was getting really pissed off with his chat because it was like, I'm sorry I'm not playing the way you want me to play and it's not the premium strategy for what you're doing. I'm just having fun. And people in the chat going ballistic, no, you got to do it like this. You got to do it like this. And I don't know if it's just me, but do you think it's just a mentality with younger people, especially where everything needs to be their way or the highway, which is very much an idea that Bean Soup theory comes from as
that
well.
everyone must be catered to regardless of whether it's originally for them or not. I think that might be a facet of it. Yeah. I don't know. I just, like, as you were talking then, I'm just reminded of, like, what's turned me off so many online games where it's like, oh, if you don't play by the meta, then you're not playing this game properly. And it's like, I don't care. Like, Pokemon, for example, the amount of people that are just like, oh, you shouldn't be using that Pokemon. It's garbage, trash tier, blah, blah, blah. It's like, I don't care. I think he looks cool and I think it's fun.
Yeah.
Like, I don't care what is viable for the tournament rules and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
I was talking to a mate the other day, because the Forza Horizon 6 is like going to drop. It's Japan, and same thing. I was talking about. Oh, like they've got all this stuff to give you extra money and XP. It doesn't matter because when I play Forza, because I'm used to playing motorsport, I'll put everything on like the highest difficulty, turn off traction control, do all that. My mate's like, oh yeah, I'll keep that stuff on. I'll keep the guided lines on. And I'm like, what are you doing, you coward? Like, play like a real man. And then I'm like, it took me a whole hot second, but it was the same thing of like, oh, actually, he's probably having more fun playing the game that way, and I'm just shitting on him for no real reason.
There are real race sims. You do not need to do race sims in Forza.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Yeah, pick your battles. But yeah, I'm seeing that a lot, like the term tourist getting pulled out and it getting pulled on people. It's like, you don't, I swear there was some instance I saw where someone's like, you're a tourist. And it's like, it was like the developer of the game or something like that.
I've seen a few
Like
similar
stuff
things
like that,
yes.
and it's like people. It's like, how fucking boring is your life that this is your one thing,
Yeah.
and you get off at people for, oh, you don't know anywhere near as much as me about Yakuza or this
I have
XYZ
seen
game.
a very similar thing said to an author, where someone like they was talking about like, oh yeah, this book did really well, blah blah. The themes are this, and someone's like, have you even read the book? Like clearly this is about this, and it's like, no, I didn't read it. I wrote it.
But I feel like
I'm the literal author, mate.
But I feel like it's that kind of thing that we touched on like the other day when we went to Poppy, where it's like people kind of nowadays don't have hobbies or like any other facets, so they'll make this one thing their whole personality.
Their whole
and
life,
yeah, and it's like you don't get it like I do, and it's like I don't.
You're
I
right.
really don't want
I
to
do
get
want
it.
to talk about that because you're right. I don't feel like people these days. This isn't everyone, but I feel like there's a lot of people these days who don't have more than one hobby. They've got a hyper interest, like hyper obsession, and there's a few other things that they will do. They don't have multiple hobbies. They don't have multiple of things they could do. It's like I am a BTS fan or something like that. Let's just say it's a boy band or like
I like Taylor Swift.
yeah, that is my life. Everything to do with that is what I do, and then I eat and breathe and do a couple little things on the side. And if you attack this one thing or you don't like it, I will destroy you.
Yeah.
And I swear there's a lot of that going on. It's like standing like crazy.
But then those people also then seem to switch up and change. Like they're only ever hyper focused on one thing at a time, and then it's like it's been 4 weeks now. I'm moving over to something else, and it's like I never did that. I want to focus on the other artist now, Harry Styles, for instance. And they just hype it. They jump between everything because I think it's a very iPad baby sort of mentality where it's like you have
Needs to be stimulated
it
all
needs
the
to be
time.
consistently evolving and consistently just like I'm locked in for 10 minutes and then it's next thing over. We're moving.
I saw a similar thing, someone commenting on how I can't remember if it was if you have more than one hobby or if you don't have more than one hobby. I can't remember the exact wording, but they were saying about how like you need a certain amount in order to even be considered like
A hobbyist.
interesting. They were saying like people who only have one hobby. Oh no, actually, it was if you have a hobby that is like actually requires skill to be in, like some sort of sport or knitting or something. Like there is a certain level of skill to be considered like I'm good at this hobby.
You know, not like watching TV or something.
Yes,
like that,
and they were saying that like if your hobby is just like you watch all of Nathan Fillion's shows or you just play games or something, you're a boring person. I was just like, no, if your hobby is your personality, you are a boring person.
Yeah.
Because I know plenty of people who they only have one, like they don't do anything. They go to work, they come home, they talk to their family. They've only got one main hobby. I still think they're fairly interesting because their personality is still well-rounded.
It all depends. I think a lot of people might conflate that with if you got one hobby that you're boring, because generally people who have multiple interests will be taking in more information and will be a more well-rounded person.
Yeah.
From there, but I don't disagree with the idea that there's a lot of people these days who work, go home, watch Netflix, rot on TikTok, and that's it. And you definitely do see a pattern with certain people where it's like, okay, they're all talking about the same thing, and it's like, I feel like I'm sounding like fucking Jaden Smith now on that fucking radio show. He's like, bro.
Can we just talk about the political and economical state of the environment?
the environment. But no, I get what you mean. Like there's definitely, I feel like if you don't have as many interests, you got less exposure to everything. And it's not my biggest thing is not if you don't have many interests, if you're not open to having more than one interest. That's, I think, the biggest problem.
I think just being open to new ideas, whether or not they're an interest of yours or not. Like just being open to hearing the other side of an argument. Acknowledging whether it's the wrong view on a thing or not is irrelevant to the overall viewpoint, I think. Being able to go, okay, I can understand why you've arrived at your opinion. I think it's the wrong opinion, but I can understand why you have arrived at it. To be so completely closed-minded to be like, no, you're wrong. I don't care why you think that. You're just wrong. That makes for boring people. being able to have a discussion on something, to like open up a discourse, just means like you are far more.
Discord.
You are far more approachable as a person. You're more likely to be considered interesting.
What are your hobbies?
My hobbies?
Yep.
Primarily gaming. I have other little hobbies, but like...
Name them all right now.
Well, I enjoy building Gunpla, for example.
Oh yeah, that was actually pretty sick. You showed me the other day.
Yes, Jacob got to see my Gunpla collection. But like board games and like I have a bunch of little things that like I'll dabble in.
I think
D&D,
I think
emulating, building and fixing computers. That's 3 off the rip.
Yes, thank you. I was on the spot and I panicked.
You're then a hobbies. You're a fake fan.
Yeah. You don't know enough about these things, fake fan, legitimately.
Who is Vecna? Why do you need to go on the line to find out more about the Stranger Things character?
Don't start.
That's a sore point for him because he hates looking up stuff.
I hate looking up stuff and getting the wrong information that I'm not looking for.
If you can't Google something and find it correctly, that's just bad at searching.
You should have been using Grok instead, bro.
Literally.
But no, I do agree. I feel like there is definitely a lack of people looking to try other interests.
Expand horizons.
Yes, literally. Like Forza Horizon.
Forza Horizons.
Yeah.
Just more on, like, I probably sound like a boring person because majority of my hobbies are indoor hobbies.
I mean, the gaming shirts don't help.
No.
Don't
come at me for owning gaming merch.
I don't think you're boring because of that. I think you're boring because of other reasons. I think that there's definitely
an entirely valid view, honestly.
No, there is a lot of people where it's just like I don't feel like I can talk to them about XYZ thing or anything related because they're so
you lose brain cells having that conversation because
Yep.
you're just like, I don't need any of this information. The fact that you can pull it out of your ass at the drop of a hat is astounding. Like, just stop listing shit. I don't care.
There's going to be a few people I'll mention later. I'll be like,
oh no, I'm very aware.
Yeah. But
How's that look?
You know exactly who we're talking about.
But no, it's I think just
life.
people just need to expand and not be so hyper fixated on one thing and think they're the best because that one thing.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, everyone fucking plays games. Don't think you're superior because of this. You're not superior because you're a fucking XYZ fan of something that there's, you stand this boy band or this artist and so original.
That's cool. I also like Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just be open to people joining your fandom.
Yeah, good luck with that. That will never happen.
The more the merrier, you know?
Yeah, there's very few fandoms and things like that. There's so much gatekeeping in a lot of the hobbies that I enjoy. There's a lot of gatekeeping. There's so much gatekeeping in fucking like photography and videography.
Yeah.
But like inverse as well, where people who are beginners who get really angry at people and like, you don't know what you're talking about. You don't need all the expensive
Do you know what it is? It's just...
He was going to say something.
I will let him say it.
Funnily enough, I was talking to a mate about that where he went to go do photography at like a rodeo.
Big money in that.
Yeah, and that's what I mean. He went to just do some stuff there. And there was a lady or one of the other photographers there that's like, hey, can you like not take photos at this rodeo? And she's not even signed to do photography there. Like anyone can do photography there. It's just that she's a well-known photographer and she's just like, no photos there. Like it's got to be for me. You could disturb people there. You could ruin the event. And it's just like, are you serious? Like it's a public function.
That's getting a bit more into the money aspect of it because she's probably wanting to get into that field. And the problem is if someone comes in and takes photos for free and they're better than yours, people are going to jump ship.
Yeah.
And that's where there's problems. And I mean, that's one reason why there's also not a lot of photography allowed on concerts, depending on where you are. You can have your little smartphone cameras and like your little point and shoots and things like that, but people get really anal about it because they're worried they're going to lose clients. But yeah, you're right. That does happen a lot. I've seen that happen before.
I was going to say the gatekeeping thing, just the way you were describing it just then, the argument for it just was reminding me so much of, particularly from a boomer crowd going...
Your crowd.
Shut up. People being like, oh, why are we making it easier for people to buy houses? Why are we had to pull ourselves up by our bootstraps and get all this done? Like, why are we letting people just get away and make it easy?
I saw a figure the other day that to get a deposit for, I think, somewhere in Sydney or even like outskirts. And if you made like 60 or 70 grand a year, you have to save every single dollar you make for the next 6 or 7 years. Don't. You have to save every dollar for the next 7 or 8 years and not spend anything else just to get the deposit. And by that time, it will be more expensive.
Yeah.
It's not achievable. It just isn't.
No.
Unless you start getting a better job, you need to have a partner now, XYZ thing. It's a hard life, bro. All right. Well, is there anything else you guys want to talk about? This is going to be our longest episode ever.
Yeah.
Jacob's done a lot of stuff to get us this long.
I've been crazy and things.
All right. Well, with that,
Let Jacob say it.
Yes. Let Jacob say it.
Me bomba.
all right.
Is there anything you want to say?
Come on, Jacob. You can do it.
He's never finished an episode.
I have, but I just can't remember it.
Oh, God.
Okay, to be fair, Zach couldn't do it either last week.
Yeah, but I don't think Zach's ever claimed to watch an episode though.
That is very true. I do.
Shout out to our guests who never seen the fucking
Yeah,
thing.
you just found Zach wandering around the car park and roped him into the episode.
He's like, "Who are you?"
Ask him the question, Brock.
You got anything to say, Jacob?
Let's save it there.
Yay.
All right.
Yeah,
See
well
you,
done.
everyone. Bye.